Hey, hey, hey.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Always talking my shit. Ashley, you got a condom in your pocket when you come home, baby. You are sloppy.
Rihanna, I'm
think you wanna
pregnant. Why? All of her was up. I'm still single. What about you?
Sabrina.
I need more controversial friends.
That's crazy though. That's just like, I don't even know.
I'm gonna need y'all to comment, like, subscribe. Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Welcome back to Always Talking My Shit with
Ashley.
Tiana.
Melanie.
and Sabrina. And today we have special guests.
Very special.
Hey, guys.
What's happening?
How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
What's going on?
So I would like you guys to introduce yourselves by giving your name, your age, and your relationship status. If you want to.
Wait, whoa. We gonna start with Al.
Well, let's go. Alex, shit, what am I now? Damn, I'm now like 31. Something like that. And I got a girl.
Okay.
Dime, I'm 30 and I'm happily married.
Okay.
I'm Derek. I'm 29 and I'm married.
I like how you said that with conviction.
I'm married.
So wait, if you're gonna be sitting here lying, how are we gonna believe anything you gotta say on this thing?
I have a girlfriend. I'm not married.
Okay.
It's a mindset.
Okay.
I like that y'all claiming them.
mindset,
That's
yeah.
nice.
Yeah, hell yeah.
He said
It must be the mother.
Well, we might as well add it in there. You guys have any kids?
Yes.
How many?
3.
Okay.
2.
Okay.
1.
Oh, 3, 2, 1.
That was a good sequence.
That's
That was
so
perfect.
funny.
That was perfect.
Oh,
Youngest has
nice.
the most kids. That's crazy.
Yes, I do. I was wild in my younger days.
You only 30, Dom?
29.
He just turned 30.
turned 30 last Friday.
Wow.
Happy birthday.
Wait, he's only 30?
Yeah.
Oh shit. That's my boy. I didn't know. All right.
You're all about the same age.
Yeah. Basically, it's all the same shit. Once you're like 28, 29, it'd be like the same shit like that after that.
Nah, once you hit 30, it's the same.
Well, the first topic is actually going to be a little sticky since you all are in relationships, but we might as well get right the fuck into it.
Right.
Do all men cheat?
No.
And do they ever stop cheating? So we can answer, like, we can start with anyone who wants to start. Go ahead and throw it in there. And then what you think.
I say all men don't. And I say niggas stop too, for sure. They stop. It just depends if you know what you got in front of you, or, you know, because like the older you get, the more you have, the more risk you have when you do that. So I feel like dudes just realize a point and they're like, it ain't really worth it for what I got. So, but everybody ain't the same though.
So you,
So I
so
can't
you think
speak for everybody.
some men don't cheat? So you think there are men out there that aren't cheating at all?
Yeah.
No, facts.
Yeah.
That's definitely facts.
I know a few for sure that don't
Yeah.
cheat at all.
And it also depends on.
I said, do y'all though?
Who are
It
these
also
men?
depends
Where
on
can
what
we
your
find them?
definition of cheating is.
Yeah, but
too.
that okay. So what would your definition of cheating be? And then
My
answer the question.
My personal definition of cheating would be physical interaction for
Okay.
me, personally. But what was the second part of that question?
And then
Hold on. Can I say something?
Yeah.
Is texting somebody else cheating?
Depends on how
They didn't
you're
touch each
texting.
other.
Depends on the context of the text.
Okay.
Y'all talking about touching each other, but y'all just not touching each other?
so
Flirting.
wait, so when you guys are saying all like not all men cheat, are you including all those different cheatings? Like it could be texting, it could be
I mean, it's subjective though, depending on what people think.
The 2 men I know that don't cheat, myself and one of my boys. Nothing at all. No communication. No women.
that's good.
Like zero communication with women?
Because that sounds
No.
crazy. That sounds absolutely crazy.
That sounds wild.
I'm talking about the way I'm saying texting and all that flirting. None at all. They could talk to women when they see them, but
like no sliding in the DMs, no none of that.
I got a boy who will not do it at all.
That's dope.
Yeah, at all. Won't even look.
He in a relationship?
I was gonna say,
Yes, yes.
How long?
It's his brother. However long he been in a relationship, he won't cheat. Won't look no other way. Good dude.
Interesting.
Serious.
Good.
Love that for
So have y'all cheated before? No, I mean it doesn't have to be with the current person or
Hell yeah.
So wait, when we say
Yeah.
when we say do all men cheat, we're saying now like they have though. All men have cheated,
Yeah.
Yes.
but they will stop is what you're saying.
So,
I don't feel like all
yeah.
men.
I won't even take it as far as all men cheat. I wouldn't even say that.
So you think there are some men that just never cheated in their lives?
Yeah.
I've never physically cheated in my life.
So what
In
about
no
what
formal
your
relationship.
what your partner considers cheating?
I can't say that because I don't necessarily have her here to determine what her definition of cheating is.
So you haven't cheated according to what you consider cheating?
Physically, no.
Gotcha.
No.
Interesting.
Alex?
Next subject.
But wait. I'm about to bust this man out because in December,
Yeah,
you
that's
had a
why
whole
that
different
was,
top. You had a whole different. You was like, so you think a man is not? It's gonna be one person for the rest of their lives?
This is why we
I
had
was
this.
just about to talk about this. Yeah, thank you for saying that. I don't look at it as busting me out. I think everybody married, just getting together, you're not gonna deal with one person the rest of your life sexually. I don't see it happening. So if you get married at 25, so from 25 to 80, you're not messing with nobody else. You only like this one person. We're in a sexual world right now. Everybody's trying to talk, flirt. You want something new. I mean, I don't know how much ass you can get or how many titties you can get, but that ain't enough. Add a person. So that's why it's easier for me to deal or do what I'm doing because I stated that from the start. I don't see myself with one person forever without us adding a partner.
So it's like.
So it's not cheating because y'all already discussed it.
Yeah, if you talk, if you lay that out, now if you tell a girl, I just want to be with you for the rest of your life, or for the rest of our lives.
So the lying is cheating. The deceit.
Lying is cheating. If you're fucking with somebody, yeah,
Yeah.
lying ain't.
So wait, are you only considering threesomes as your other person, or are you sitting like kind of like an open relationship? Like I'm gonna be seeing other people.
No, not at all. Not open relation. It has to be a threesome.
Oh, gotcha.
But if you want to add a partner, you need a girl that likes.
It's
women.
open with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Hell yeah.
so you're doing it with her, not outside of her.
Yeah. Not saying we
But
do
what
that all
if you
the time.
found what if you found a girl that was okay with you having sex with other women? Like as long as you were open about it.
I would love her. That'd be great.
But I mean, so that you wouldn't consider that cheating then, as long as it's open discussion and she
If
knows.
she wants that, yeah, but I don't agree with that. I don't want my
Okay.
girl out there fucking dudes.
Right.
You know
But
what
I mean, I do think it's different for men and women, right?
It
So
is.
would you
It is.
have the two girlfriends?
Hell yeah. Yeah, I say that all the time.
I know.
That's a lot of
Hell
work.
no, that's a lot of work. That's a lot of
That
listening.
sounds exhausting,
That's
bro. I'm
hella
gonna keep it
listening.
100 with you.
Yeah.
Okay, but if you find the type of girls that aren't this exhausting as you guys are, like
Things
it's not the
change.
drama and there's not, it's just open, like they know.
Things change. Wants, needs change. Everything change over time. As people grow, they wants and needs change. It just don't be what it initially started as. So it could have started as that, but eventually somebody gonna want all of something.
Yeah.
And you might not be able to
I
give
agree
all
with
of that.
Stuff's, I mean, just like people you mess with. Shit sound cool in the beginning, and then once it changed a little bit, maybe the other girl getting a little more attention. Don't be the same. You thought you was cool with it, and you don't be.
I was
mean,
just gonna say, like, I personally couldn't do the two because if me and him arguing and she just in the house chilling, I'm about to be like, oh, so y'all on the same team. Like, fuck
maybe you
that.
get on her team then. I mean, it's a team. It's 3 people. It ain't just them two. You gotta be part of the team
that go two
too.
ways.
Yeah, but if we arguing or me and her arguing and you ain't taking somebody's side, it's a problem for me.
Yeah, no. Or like we're arguing and the next you know you guys are all cupcaking on the couch
Yeah,
watching TV.
fuck
Like, no,
that.
we are arguing now.
Yeah, because
Like-
ain't one person about to sleep on the couch. We all sleep on the motherfucking couch.
Well, I like to tussle, so we.
Apparently, I'm the tough
Mel and Bree like to tussle, so
I believe that.
That's crazy.
Interesting.
I can't picture you with two girlfriends. Dealing with two attitudes? Hell nah.
I feel like he's gonna word it in a way to.
No, I don't.
He has
wanna deal
very
with-
good.
Deal with bullshit.
I don't like bullshit at all. So I'm not dealing with two attitudes, but that's what they sign up for. If you both say I want to be with you, you got to deal with that.
And then once they
Y'all
start
not-
tripping, you're not the one. Then and next.
Yeah, that time of the month might be different for both of y'all. So somebody getting action when the other one ain't.
Ooh,
Well, usually
That's
when
part of the game.
girls, usually when
Oh,
girls hang
Lord.
around each other, they start their cycle at the
Yeah.
same time. So
If it didn't happen, shit,
yeah.
I'm gonna still do this. So if you hurting in the bed, shit, we on the couch doing our thing. That's part of it.
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
so
if
upset.
you with two women,
But that's what they
But
signed
I
up
mean,
for.
like-
That's what you signed up
part
for.
of what that
I want
initial
you.
conversation is. and
No, wait,
engaging
wait.
all of
I
that.
think where I'm
We gonna have to
losing
we gonna
y'all-
have to make a contract. Like, no, that ain't happening.
I think where I'm losing y'all is I don't have to live with her. Like that's your girlfriend. and I'm your girlfriend, but I'm not living with her.
Oh yeah, usually y'all in the same
that's-
house.
That sounds
Yeah,
easy. to
no,
be
I'm
honest.
not. I'm not.
I feel like then it'll be worse because then you don't know what's going on. At least you'll be there
Oh,
to see it
God,
for
that's
yourself.
not-
You don't have
well,
to.
first of
wonder.
all, I'm not ever having any of this,
I
but
mean,
I'm
just
just
in-
yeah,
yeah.
it just
That's
generally
crazy.
speaking. But
Hey, babe, what are you doing? Oh, match so-and-so's house.
But so this would be my
mine.
thing
You know
too,
where he at?
though.
What's the problem?
This so mad.
This would be
So
my
would you
thing
rather know
too.
where he at than him being at the club or something? You know where he at.
yeah,
This would be my thing
No.
too. Like, so say me and the dude been together for 5 years and now we want to add a new girl. And then me and him start, going through our motions. And then it's like, so you going to drop me and keep her? And like, what if I'm like, no, I don't want to do this no more. And then he's just like,
but that's why when I think about it, like I think about it as a form of cheating. But I would rather, like, for me personally, I would rather you cheat on me with randoms than have a whole relationship with another woman.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Even if
So-
you know about it.
yeah.
So what if he tell you like we
No,
like
so-
the Warriors, we sticking together, we the core, we still making the run. Years later,
So when I'm saying like I'm gonna know about it regardless. So the cheating, I'm saying like I would know like from time to time my man's gonna step out and sleep with another woman, but there's nobody that he's taking care of, that he's spending his money on, that he's spending resources on, that he loves, that he's having kids
Yeah, he
with.
not giving that
He doesn't have a
quality
whole
time
nother
to-
home.
Yeah.
so
That's
to
what-
y'all, it's better if he just like blowing her back out and cutting. Like, all right,
Yeah.
I got other
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
going on.
Definitely
No emotional.
attachment.
No
Yeah.
attachment.
Yeah.
He just horny. He just want to bust it
Because
down.
the
Yeah.
way that I've kind of like learned about when I started learning about men, like I was interested in like men, and I had learned that like biologically men are created to just like have sex, like so like it's all about the reproduction and spreading their seeds, and they just have sex, where women are more emotional and have attachments and bond with their men. So if men are out here just having sex, they're not really creating a bond. So if he's in a whole nother relationship, he's creating that bond. For me, I do think cheating for women is completely different. Like if we cheat and have sex with somebody else, we're creating a bond, that bond. So for me, it's like, okay, I would rather him just not. But if he did, I would rather him just have sex with other women, like cheat.
Yeah.
If I had to pick one, I don't want that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I like
To make it clear.
Like if you're cheating and you're texting, I would take that more. That would hurt me a lot more because like you're having a whole conversation with this person, getting to know
Right.
them. You're emotionally like, oh, we
Every
like to
day
eat.
texting and
Yeah,
shit.
that's like okay, we're really trying to build a relationship with that person.
Yeah,
Versus
it's
going out to the
emotional.
club and something happened.
Yeah, it's the emotional
Yeah.
connection for me.
Yeah, definitely.
I'd rather just not know
Yeah.
anything at all.
Yeah.
So if you are cheating on me,
I don't want.
don't
Yeah.
tell me shit,
Yeah. But I'm saying if I were
and
to
don't let me find out.
like if Derek were to like approach me and he's like, okay, well, I'm gonna have sex with other women, then I would know in that way. Like I don't want to know every time he's doing it. You get what I'm saying? Like I would know that this man is stepping out at some point, but he's protecting me by not telling. Like I'm not gonna find
We're not gonna
out.
find
It's
out.
not gonna come
Like,
to me. Other
don't be
women aren't
stupid.
gonna. Like he's still gonna protect
Don't be a stupid
me.
Don't just throw it in your face.
Yeah.
Like, I got you. Don't be on the Summer Jam screen.
Yeah. So I think like too how we define cheating, because
Exactly.
I think if
Don't
you're
let me find you on a fucking TikTok, a bitch telling a story like, if you're dating this guy, he was at my house yesterday at 6:00 p.m. No, don't do that.
But I think that's also showing like who's like which men are smart and which men are not smart.
Yeah.
Like there are men that know they got to protect what's at home. They're what they got at risk. That's why when you say like when you get older, there's a lot more risk. Which I understand why men wouldn't cheat at that point because they got too much to lose. But if you guys got together with the understanding that he's not going to be with one person for the rest of his life,
I'm delusional.
yeah,
Let
I'm
me
gonna
be
be
delusional because
delusional.
I don't want to know.
Right.
A lot of women are delusional when it comes to that.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because I don't want you to physically tell me like in the beginning, and then when you go on a trip with your guys or you out with your guys, then that's all I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
Whether it's happening or not, I don't want to be like, dang, this the day that he might do it.
Yeah, I don't want to know.
Like I'm stressed out.
So you don't want to have. So you wouldn't want to have that conversation at the
No,
beginning of the relationship.
no.
So when he does cheat, it's going to be cheating then.
Yeah, but at least it's like I thought you weren't. It's a
So I got-
surprise.
But then,
Question.
but I feel like that's where the like now your relationship's like.
I know, but
ending.
then it's like I feel like it's gonna be a tussle every time you go out because I don't want you to cheat on me at the end of the day.
So you couldn't just get that out. Your mouth?
No.
Let me ask this: do you like when niggas tell the truth?
I was just about
finna
to ask that.
because then it's like,
Sound like women don't want the truth.
So y'all say y'all want a man that tell the truth.
Yeah.
You can't
But if
have
you tell the
both.
truth about it, you don't. So you only like your truth. That's what it's.
Let me live in
I
delusion.
want
I want to be
delusional.
delusional. I'm old. Don't cheat on me. And if you do, Let me just be delusional and think that you're fucking perfect.
That's what the
Thank
question
you.
is. So then, do y'all go through phones, or how y'all feel about that? Do y'all go looking for cheating?
Don't
or
lie.
I don't go
Somebody
looking.
up
I
here
don't go
went
through
through a phone.
phones.
Yeah,
I've done it. I've done it, and I don't do it
yeah,
anymore.
I've done it.
And then I got.
I've lost a lot of weight after,
Do
so-
any of the guys? Do y'all go through phones?
Hell no.
Yeah,
I went through one.
I refuse.
I went through one phone about 7 years ago,
Same.
and I seen my boy. He sent a dick picture to her.
Did you whip his ass?
No, I just cut him off.
Nah,
Yeah.
see,
I
but
wasn't with her no
He
more.
probably
either,
would
so-
never go
God.
through another phone
ever.
again.
I'm scarred.
Just
I'm
because
scarred.
of the possibilities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even. I'm cool.
I say, like, if you want to lose weight, go ahead, go.
But
through
I-
the
you know
phone.
what?
Go
You're
do what
right
you
on
gotta
that.
do, because
I
you'll be
lost
sick.
the most weight when I found that out. I started dunking and hella shit. That was good. I felt good after.
But see, look, that is a form of delusion.
Hell yeah.
So it's the same thing. Because I went through a phone before, and I don't go looking for nothing.
Just one.
I was sick as fuck.
Yeah, I've only
She
went through
actually,
one phone.
she's actually not a phone.
No,
She's
I don't. I really don't go looking.
But
And
best
look-
believe I think about looking through that.
And let me
But
say-
I ain't
all
gonna
the
lie. For
time.
most
But I'm
guys, you
not.
don't have
But
to
I'm
go
not.
looking. Most guys is gonna be stupid enough to.
No, for
It'll
real.
be
And if
right.
if I do look, I will be honest. I will go through everything.
When you say
If-
everything,
if-
you gonna see what you want to see, and then some more.
Yeah.
You gonna get to the
Yeah.
bottom
I'm looking
of
at the
barrel.
Venmo.
What's the first
I'm looking at the
thread?
email.
Oh,
Venmo?
she's
The
crazy.
Venmo.
Oh, that's different.
The group chats.
The
yeah.
group chats.
That's the first thread you going through the group chat.
The group chat.
And you know what I
The
just
group
learned?
chat.
That's wild.
You know what I just
You done
learned
been
too?
through- okay.
If you look like if you see a phone number in the phone, you could take the phone number and put it in Cash App and find out who it is.
Yep.
I haven't done it yet. I just learned.
I don't. You sure? Yeah. It
I don't
sounds
need
like
to.
you done it.
No, I haven't.
I don't
I
do that
just
no more because I
learned.
lost
Like it's a
weight. You know,
whole
I
other
actually,
shit
It's
going on.
definitely a luxury.
I actually like the weight I'm at, so no more phones for me.
I don't have these problems.
I don't want to
But,
be sick.
but I just learned that and I wanted to share it for the audience.
Wait, so
So if you don't know,
you
now
can
you
put a
know.
phone number into a cash app.
As if you're
Hey.
like sending money to the
Don't
phone
repeat
number.
that.
So you or a search. I don't know how
I
yet.
ain't
But
sending no money.
I'm not sending $1 actually. You're right.
You said I'm
But I
not
got
sending
friends
$1.
that send some money.
wait, so men don't cheat. Or not all men cheat, my bad.
Do you believe women cheat more than men?
I believe y'all better at it. I don't know what the statistic is, but
It's actually very close. They're very equal.
I believe y'all are a lot better at it. I'll say that.
I don't think so. I actually don't. I don't think today's women cheat more than men. I feel like today's women would just rather just do their own thing.
I'll be
As
single.
as opposed to where men would rather put it out there like they want to be in a relationship than they get in one and then they don't want to be in a relationship for real. The woman would just tell you like, I'm not rocking with that.
I feel like today's women, they get even with their.
You get
We
that
say that
lick
word?
A
back.
lot of tit for
Did they say
tat.
pussy?
Yeah.
Okay, women get even with pussy. So if you make a girl mad, okay, I'm gonna go do this. The
See,
first
but-
thing they do is step out.
But you're not gonna make me mad by running your shit in the ground.
Yes.
I'm just saying, just
That
the
part.
cheating part though.
It's
But
a
I
loss
mean,
for
that
them.
didn't do nothing to me.
Yeah.
That don't hurt me.
I don't
That
think
hurts
they
your
care.
value. That hurts the woman value.
They
That
think
don't
it
hurt the
do.
man
They
value.
think it do.
They don't.
I mean,
they
I
don't
feel
care
like
like
it do
that.
hurt some men. It just you got to know who you dealing with though. You can't.
If
just
so,
be
if it's like
shooting
your
out.
main, like your girlfriend or your wife right now, and they cheated, then that would hurt, right?
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
so-
not finna. Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not that tough. I'll be crying tears.
Yeah.
I'll be
Devastated.
crying.
You crying?
Absolutely.
I'm just
I'll be boo-hooing. We're gonna have to do another one if that happens.
You're gonna be in the fetal position, rocking back and
Nah,
forth.
don't say all that.
So I know you guys are
I had
all.
a boombox though. Yeah.
I know you guys are all pretty much taken, but if you, hypothetically speaking, if you were in the dating field right now, what standards are you looking for in a woman? Like, what's your number one, and then however many you think are important.
Who's starting?
You go ahead. Yeah.
The number one thing I look for is class. I feel like
Ooh, femininity.
yeah, I feel like it's a lot of masculine women
That's what I
nowadays.
like to hear.
Yeah.
Wait, can you, before you continue, can you
Emphasize.
emphasize what feminine energy looks like to
To
you?
you.
To me, the number one word would be submissive. A lot of women that, and it's kind of on the men too. They're not good leaders, so women don't want to follow them. But
You gotta give them something to be submissive
yeah,
to.
so
I
well,
got you.
a man like me, I'm gonna give you something to follow. So follow and stop arguing or trying to find something wrong with it because somebody in the past and showed you this. I don't give a damn about the past, honestly, because my past is way worse than yours. So let's just move on from that and keep it pushing. So you got to be classy. I don't see a lot of classy women these days. There's a lot of insecure ones. So if you classy, smart, you got to be able to have a good conversation and confidence. that gets me every time.
The confidence, for sure. It's
Go ahead,
definitely, I would say the confidence. Just because it's a lot, and especially in our generation, it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of variables that go on outside of stuff. And so definitely the confidence, just because a lot of people you'll meet, just people in general, but women is just they confident just because they be shaking. It's any little thing could throw to you. Might say something that might have been the smallest thing to a man that changed the whole woman's day because you said it in a tone or something that she might not have responded well to. And so the confidence of not being shaken by outside deterrence.
So not so emotional.
I'm okay with emotion.
Okay.
Emotion is not necessarily a bad thing as long as you know how to ride the wave of your emotions and be okay with your own emotions. I don't have a problem with emotions, but confidence, I can't always help build somebody confidence. Some of those variables are outside of what I can help necessarily a woman control or help build on. And so self-confidence is a big one. So if you got that, like especially me being married, that's one of the big things is my wife is very self-confident because it's going to be a lot of stuff coming from just me being who I am and you being who you are that's going to come in and try to interfere with what we got going on. And so you got to be self-confident in what you got going on so that what we got going on could work.
Security.
Yeah. That's nice. Okay, go ahead, Alex.
Well,
Standard.
I agree with the confidence, but for me, it's the drive. I'm not gonna lie to you. You gotta have that drive.
There's a lot of
What you mean
lazy
by
ones
drive?
out there.
I mean by drive, because it's like, all right, my whole thing is you can have something for yourself. I'm not tripping about that because I'm secure in myself. I'm gonna have something for myself. And if you got something going for you and you want me, then what's there to talk about? And the thing is, too, once you get to a certain level, when you have certain goals, a certain drive, if they don't think like that, they're not gonna understand it. So say you got a job, right? You putting in the field, you putting the extra time in, you doing the extra shit. If they don't think that type of way, they're not gonna understand. Like, why do you always have to do this? It's just because I got big goals. If they don't see that certain level, then it just becomes, it's like when you're not on the same page as somebody that kind of pulls you back. So for me, it's a drive. I mean, you can figure out the other. That's my biggest thing, but it's all preference. At the end of the day, we with each other because we see on the same track. We can figure the other stuff out, but you just gotta have some drive for yourself.
Quickly, besides the drive, what would bring you security from that woman? Because if she has drive and she can go out and get it on her own, she could leave whenever she wants to.
Okay.
So what security do you get from her?
So could he though.
Yeah.
Especially if he got his own
So
thing.
exactly.
going on.
So
That
well,
comes to communication.
When it comes to a woman and we're depending on a man, we're gonna depend on a man. He could leave at any time, but that's
what are you dependent on him for?
Well, I'm just saying.
I'll put it out there. You asked.
I'm
What do you depend on him for?
Well, everything.
What's
Leadership,
everything? Okay.
provision, protection,
So you
resources.
You can't have those things if you got drive.
No, what I'm asking is if you both have it, one is not depending on the other, right? You both have it. So yes, you both can leave at any time, but
You do depend on each other. It's a partnership.
What do you mean?
Two people being together is a partnership. So,
But I'm saying, so that's what I'm asking
you
is
might
what
not
are you
be-
looking for the security?
you
So
might
what
not
is
be
it that you're
as
depending on?
Fiscally, you might not need me as much, but emotionally, I'm there for you. So
So emotional.
it can be, but the thing is, it's a partnership. So it depends on what you two want.
It depends on that partnership and what one is lacking and what the other is willing to compromise.
It changes over time. That's the thing. That's the thing people don't realize. They think it's a relationship is a straight line. Where in reality, okay, it might be 60-40 here. I'm picking up the bucks right now because you doing whatever you doing, and I'm more on your side emotionally. But then at the other time, it might switch over and say maybe I'm between careers or I'm doing something else. So you might pick it up a little bit financially, but you more emotionally supportive because of what I'm doing. So it's a tug of war. See, people think relationship is like, all right, this is what it is, lay it on the table, and that might work for some people, but it's all different. So my whole thing is, yeah, you can still depend on me emotionally. You could depend on me. We got a kid. I'm stepping up as a dad. Hey, maybe you got things going on. You're busy. I'm picking up doing more of the fatherly duties I'm already doing, but it just might be more. Hey, you might be picking them up from school or doing whatever. Now I'm doing that because I'm helping you because that's what you need at the time.
So I think Derek, when you said you want a woman that's feminine and can submit, does that fall into what he's saying at all? Like, can you see both?
Hell yeah. When I say I want somebody to submit and always be there for me, it's not at the start, right? So when I first meet you, I don't want you to just expect me to do all this. I get turned on by drive, like kind of what he's saying, and independence, because that's letting me know you don't need me. So you really here for me. You like me just for that. So now I want to take care of you. Now I feel like where we at now in these days, what can a man do for me? I want to have all these kids, R.I.P. Kevin Samuels. I want to have all these kids, and then this man's supposed to make all this money and take care of us, but I'm not bringing nothing to the table. Can you at least sell some cupcakes on the side? Can you make some plates? Can you do something?
I agree with that.
So I need somebody to start off showing me the drive, and then I'll let you sit back. Take the back seat.
Yeah.
You show me enough, baby.
Okay.
I'm going to lead this.
I agree with that.
So when you said independence, it's just being able to they can survive on their own if you're not there.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's
agree with
turnover.
that.
That's a boss.
Yeah,
That's
but
a
if
boss
you-
to me.
But that's the conversation. If you secure in yourself as a man, you're not tripping off that.
Yeah, right. I agree with that.
If you're insecure dude and you like, oh, my woman can leave me, you tripping about it, then you
Well,
ain't
I
got
don't think
secure.
it's so much that it comes from insecurities. I feel like when the numbers of divorce rates show that women leave men at higher rates, and I'm talking about 90% of the time, it kind of proves itself. So it's not so much that they can leave, it's that there's a 90% chance they will leave.
Guys
So-
don't leave like that. though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Guys
Yeah,
don't
it's the
leave.
women.
They be tripping.
So if we're sitting here saying that
if a dude
80
left
to
you
90%
and y'all
of
was
women,
married, you was
no, I know,
something
but
else.
that's my
a whole
point.
lot of it.
That's my point, is that 80 to 90% of women are the ones to leave marriages, and it's almost equal in cohabitated relationships. So when they're just living together, not married, up to 90% of women are leaving marriages and committed relationships. So if the statistics are proving that, then it doesn't have anything to do with security or insecurity. It's literally the fact.
It's the women.
So
Like
Women are-
because
Have you ever broken up with somebody before? Like, have you ever left your girlfriend? Yeah.
Once, hell yeah.
But you've
Hell yeah.
been broken up with how many times?
I've had 3 girlfriends in my
That's
life.
it?
Yeah, only 3.
God damn.
You know me, dude. I ain't had a girlfriend. I've had 3 and I left 1. Yeah, that's it.
Only had 2 broken up with.
So outside of that 90% of women leaving marriages, the remaining marriages only stand a 28.5% chance of being happy at least one time.
Does it say-
28% chance that the other 10% that stay in the marriage will be happy at least once in the marriage.
Does it say why? Or it's just kind of a
Yeah,
general thing?
it doesn't say why in the actual statistic, but we can look at society and say it has something to do with feminism. It has something to do with masculine women,
Oh, yeah.
hyper independence, non-traditional marriages, and women being able to. Because it's 80% that 80% chance they're gonna leave the marriage, 90% if they're college educated. So it's 9 out of 10 chance that if your woman is college educated, she's gonna leave you at some point in the marriage because she's financially able, or she has the education to take care of herself, or it's the basic reasons why you would think.
Well, maybe if she's smarter, she knows less time for the BS to get up out of there. I mean, if you can think for yourself better, you see it's a dead end. Why wait?
Would you guys date a woman she makes more money than you?
I ain't tripping off of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I've done it. I wouldn't do it again. It just doesn't feel right. Like, men, we build a lot of stuff on pride. So if you lose your pride and your confidence, and you just depending on this lady who's making more, she's more the boss, making the boss move. Let's go here. You can't do it. Let me hold it. I wouldn't do it again.
So that's actually one of the reasons for women leaving men as well. Once they start making a higher earning, there's like a 50% chance they're leaving, or something high like that, 60%
I believe it.
chance.
I think it would also have to do with what the man does to support her
Yeah.
growth. So obviously she started at this point, and then she grows to whatever she grows to. How are you helping her grow?
Supporting that?
Yeah. Because that obviously would play a big part into it, because she's not going to be the same person
I
she
think-
was when y'all got together.
Yeah, I do think that once women start making more than men, they find it hard to respect them,
Respect
to
them.
let them lead.
I'm going to be respected.
I mean, in your relationship, more than likely, yes, but we have to look at the majority rather than the exception. Most women, if they're making more money than their man, it's hard for them to look at them as the leader. And then once that goes out the window, then now it's hard for them to respect them. Once that goes out the window, they're definitely not submitting to them. And there goes your 90% of women that just left the relationship. So, I'm not saying that 90% is the reason because women make more, but I'm just saying that's definitely one of the...
What that tells me is, as a man, we need to do more to bring to the table than just money.
yeah.
You need to be able to provide in more ways than just fiscally. whether
So
it be
like emotionally.
a critical thinker, you need to be a problem solver in a way. You got to be able to handle.
So
more
do you
than
feel
just
like that's a lot of
financial
pressure for the men?
responsibility.
I think it breaks all down to communication, to be honest.
Every relationship different. So what one woman would allow, another one might not see. Like, I couldn't imagine a man not doing this. Then another one, like, oh, he's so supportive. He's taking care of the kids. He's raising them right. So yeah, I make the money. He's at home. He's doing his thing, and I always feel like you should do something extra. Don't just be at home being a dad. Go to school, learn a trade. Like, try to find a way to bring something to the table besides just the emotional support.
Yeah.
I think that means that it's not unconditional then. It's very conditional, right?
It always is, though.
Yeah.
Everybody has their conditions, whether they're sad or not.
Yeah.
Everything is conditional, in a sense.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's conditional because men have to, if they're not making more money, they still have to protect and they still have to provide in other ways, like you guys were just mentioning. So they still have to live to their
expectations.
Yeah, to what their biology has created them to, basically their purpose in relationships, which is provide, protect, resources, that kind of thing. So it's still living up to those things. So you're still providing in some way and you're still protecting in some way. And then the woman's just out here making money.
Is protection big for y'all, for the women? Like, do you
I
need
think
a man that can protect y'all?
Yeah.
Yes.
And when I say that, I mean, put everything out on the line for you. But do y'all like want a more masculine man that's gonna speak up and stand up for y'all, or do you not mind the wimp guy? Or, you know, he makes the money, he's respectful, he's nice, but he can't protect y'all. Like, how would y'all rather that?
I definitely want somebody else that can protect me. Like, I don't need you to be like a loud person. Like, you don't need to always speak up. I do want you to speak up when it's necessary. You know what I mean? But I want you to definitely be able to protect our family, protect the household.
Definitely. Yeah, like I need how do I say this? Like, yeah, I don't want like the wimp. I don't want you to I gotta be able to like go out. Yeah, I want someone to like check me too. Like, and not in a bad way or controlling kind of way, but also like be able to step up and lead in that manner. Like, no, babe, you're not doing that. Okay. I ain't gonna do that. But also like we go out, yeah, like we go out to dinner, like, you know,
okay, yeah, check me, baby.
Yeah.
But it's necessary, obviously.
So y'all are saying y'all are open to constructive criticism.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But is it only on topics that y'all select, or is it up to when he wants to, like?
Good question.
Well, let me just say, I think on the I just want to go back real quick because I didn't get to answer. But the protection is very important to me. But the crazy thing is that it was innate. Like, I didn't realize how important that was until we got older.
Yeah.
And you know, I would think about why the reasons I love this man, and I'm like, oh, you know, he's never let anyone hurt me. He's never let anyone like fight me. You know, because I was.
Wow.
Racheta, so I was.
Hold on, what that mean?
You was doing what?
Ratchet festivities.
What is this ratchet you're talking about?
So,
Alex literally calls us the Ratchets. Has been calling us that for fucking ever.
Since the UV bottles, since all that.
I've heard a lot of stories.
Since the fighting in the club. I mean, it's just a lot going on.
I've heard a lot of stories.
We've grown a lot, so
that's good. Growth is good.
yeah. So, you know, there were things that I seen like growing up where I was just like, this man will always protect me. Like, he will, like, you know, I don't even want to get into it, but yeah, basically. And so I realized when I got older, like, how important that was for me, but I had it. So I didn't know that was something I would be looking for because it was just always there. And then as I got older, I was like, okay, that is really important. So I think protection is important, but I think some women don't realize how important it is until they're put in those positions. Because a lot of women think like, oh, you know, people don't get robbed every day. But when that happens, we're gonna want our man to be able to handle that. So I think it is something that across the board is important, but some women just don't realize how important that is.
But even like, I think some women, they try to be too independent. Like, oh, I don't need a man. I got a gun. I could do. You know what I mean? I can handle it.
I can
But
call
it's
the
like,
police or my dad or my
why
brother.
would you even want to do that?
Speaking of what you
I
just
don't want
said,
to.
so if you have like an intruder coming in the house and it was you and your man, and instead of running down, handling it, he called the police. Is that still a protector? Because he's being smart about it. He's not trying to go away.
I think it's still a protector because he's still finding some way to protect me. But it's funny because we just had this conversation. We just had this conversation with him the other night, me and T.
Yeah.
And he didn't even say anything about the police. He was like, I'm gonna have to go down there. Like, that's already his like Well,
yeah,
for
because
him,
he was
for
like,
my
why are you
specific-
calling the police? He
Yeah.
don't even want to involve them. So
Yeah.
his first instinct is he gonna handle it.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's just for me personally. But if another guy, if that was something, I mean, like, you know,
I feel like that's every guy's first instinct.
I feel like I gotta
Down
give him
there,
the benefit of the doubt. Like,
I'm calling the police these days. I changed my whole thought.
It's like we're not run down there. Hey, babe, you call the cops.
But you're gonna sit there and you're gonna tell her what to do. Hey, take your ass in the room, get underneath the bed. I'm about to call the police.
wait, why'd you change though? Why'd you change
That
your mind,
sounds
or why'd
crazy.
you?
It was just a topic that came up. Like me and my boy were talking, and it was like, we got kids, we both got daughters, and I'm like, if somebody like messes with your daughter, what's your first reaction? He was like, oh, I'm gonna go over there, I'm gonna kill him, just like that. Like, and we're talking about like a bad way, and I'm like, well, then you'll be gone. You'll be in jail for first degree premeditated. You planned it out. When I was younger, I thought that was smart, easy, get them out the way. Now I'm like, nah, man, this people have a job. They gonna do that. So now I'm gonna call the police, and people laugh at me. And you calling the police? Yeah, bro. I'm trying to still.
But I mean,
be
if
there.
it's an intruder, you're not going to jail.
I'm just saying.
I'm a
I'm just saying.
You're not calling no police.
Intruder.
You're not
Of
calling
course,
the police.
I have a gun, but if it's like a
I'll go
fucked up
warning
situation,
shot.
yeah. No, I'm gonna
A
shoot
warning
him.
shot?
I'm not running down there
No
though.
man's
Put it
house
up
like
in
a
the air.
man know his
You
house.
better-
You're not finna creep through my house in my house while I'm in here. I know my house. I know if you step on a floorboard and it make a sound, I know where that floorboard came from. Like I'm not calling nobody. We finna.
That's all.
See, the thing is,
we're
with
not
it,
tussling. No,
but why am
you're
I
in my
going?
house.
Why am I going towards the intruder?
No.
I'm gonna stay back with the men are scared too. Let's get that out the
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
If somebody break in, I'm scared. I don't care how much weight some
These are
motherfucker, how many
facts.
guns you got. You're nervous. So instead of acting macho, man, I'm gonna go get him. I'm gonna fall back and hey, are we scared? Oh shit, he come in. I'm gonna blow his shit off, but that's not the. Yeah, I'm not going towards him. But
that's the
that's a
difference, though.
protector.
Me and
like
my
she
wife
said,
have had
go
this
check it.
conversation. If something were to happen, and I have the artillery and stuff that I have, I'm gonna have what I have, and we're gonna be positioned to where we're gonna have the kids a certain way, and we're gonna
like a
be
plan.
waiting for whatever attack is coming for us. But I'm not going to it. I didn't ask for this. I'm not.
But you know
absolutely
Cali
not.
law too. Once you start chasing somebody, it's a whole different case.
Yeah,
That's
so
the
you
thing.
need to be coming
So you
towards me
got to know
anyway.
what you're dealing with.
Smart.
Because then you
Okay,
bust in the house
drop the
is one
gems,
thing,
Alex,
but
drop
then
the
you
gems.
go chase them. But you got to
Yeah,
think about
so-
it. Because then you got kids now, they ain't got no father.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's,
agree,
that
I
was my
agree.
big,
Point
that
he
was my
was
main
making.
point.
Yeah.
But even the chasing part, I'm saying if they come in your house, you can do whatever to them, right? But I'm not about to go. I'm scared. I don't know where this motherfucker
As long
at.
as they not trying to leave.
Or who
Yeah.
else is out there. That's
Yeah,
And
you
we
don't know.
We don't know
But,
what you came with.
But they
Right.
saying they like a protector. So a protector would be, baby, I got this. Let me go check on it. No, I don't. I'm about to let him come and I'm going to hide in his
It's gonna
closet.
be
Something like that.
I'm gonna stand right here by the door. You call the police.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. You got to be
But
smarter.
I'm not Superman. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, it don't work like that.
That makes sense. I like that.
That's smart. That's a grown man perspective.
Yeah, it's
That's
a
very
grown
logical.
man. Smart, a
Yeah.
leader. Those
Yeah.
leader minds.
Okay, but we was going back. You was asking a question when they brought up they want to be checked, and you asked about like accountability, and you were saying something. Do you remember?
But is it only on topics that you
that
select,
we
or
agree.
is it when I see something that's wrong or out of bounds, I'm gonna say something?
Yeah.
And then when I say something, don't bring up something that you're mad at me about. Go ahead and let's address what we're talking about.
Accountability.
Yeah, that's being
And deal
petty
with
and going
that.
back and forth and not realizing that, okay, you checking me. I'm not going to just clap back, well, you did this, and that. Like,
Yeah, no.
we're grown. Like,
We take accountability
Yeah.
very well.
and it depends on how you're coming at me, though.
Yeah.
Because I'm a person with approach. If you automatically, it's the tone, the way you look at me, like, don't sit here and talk to me
Yeah,
crazy.
you gotta come at me correct.
Yeah. Like,
while
hey,
you corrected me.
Hey, check this out. You did some foul
Correct
shit.
or
This, and
perfectly?
that.
'Cause-
No,
Correct.
not perfectly.
Not perfect.
perfectly, but like,
But don't have an
come at-
attitude.
Don't come at me disrespectful.
Yeah.
But how many times has he maybe he didn't ask for this certain thing 4 or 5 times? So then over that period of time,
Then you're fed up. Then you can go off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Are you
It should-
gonna
it should- it
understand
shouldn't-
that in the moment.
yeah. I'm
Are
first
you
of all,
gonna be like, damn, he didn't ask me.
It shouldn't
5
take
times.
5 times though
I'm
either.
a very
crying
understanding
because
person.
I
So,
fucked up, man.
but I'm a
I ain't finna fix nothing either.
I'm a problem solver. So if you come to
Yeah.
me with a problem, I'm gonna fix it.
Yeah.
Because I don't like.
Y'all sound like perfect partners in here.
That's
Yeah,
what
man,
I'm about to say.
No, for real.
Are y'all
Hey,
flawless?
hey, this
a
is
lot
women.
of
This is
trauma
women
that's built
dudes
up,
dream
you
of
know?
at night, huh? They all on the podcast.
Nah, but, like,
that's
I
why they all
don't-
taking, huh?
I don't like to argue. Like if we have a disagreement, I like to get it like out in that moment. I don't want to talk about it the next day. I don't want to dwell on it. Like even if it's agree to disagree situation, I just wanted to. I said my part, you said your part. We could end it because I don't want to argue. I don't really have heated, yelling, cussing arguments like that. So if you coming to me and you saying, you know, how you stepped out last night, I didn't really like that outfit. I feel like you should kind of cover up more, or whatever. You know what I mean? I'm about to take it into consideration. If I really feel opinionated about it, we can have a conversation about it.
You would do that?
Yes.
Okay. I'm learning a lot today about y'all.
No, I do think it's surprising to most men to hear because we've had these conversations with other men and they usually don't believe us, but you have to understand, like, there was a lot of mistakes before we got here.
Yeah.
Like, there was a lot of not taking accountability before we got here. So, and we're definitely still not perfect.
And we're in our 30s, so.
Yeah.
But I will say, you know, having the podcast and listening to other podcasts to learn and research and have these conversations, it's taught us a lot. So it has made us better partners.
And I want to say too, I'm not even saying this as a perfect way, because in the moment, sometimes I'm very emotional. So in the moment when you're telling me something, I might not understand what you're saying, but later on I'm about to be like, okay, I get what you're talking about. And I'm going to come back and address it and take accountability for it.
So I got to... Yeah, what was you saying?
And I said, and you communicate that every time.
Yeah, I'm very good at communication.
So everybody up here is cool with constructive criticism if it's delivered right. That's what you all are saying, right?
Yeah.
All right, so you know, me and my boy Al talk about weight in women, right? Yeah.
I was gonna ask, that wasn't on any of y'all standards.
Yeah. Oh no, we was gonna get there. So with the weight, how do you bring that up? And if you do bring it up and they don't fix it, what's supposed to be next?
So I think I feel like I've dealt with this before, but not really. So you can't flat out say like, "Hey, babe, you fat." You can't say that.
You big as hell, huh? That don't work.
Leave it to Al.
You can't say that. then you're just making her she knows she's fat. Now you're making her more insecure than she already is. I think it's like I said, the approach. Like, hey, like, let's get in the gym.
Yeah.
I just got us a gym membership. Let's go. I got you a couple little gym outfits. Let's get in the gym and let's go hard. Let's do
the gym outfits is the key.
Like if you do it together.
The gym outfits is
like, let's like make it a together thing. Let's do this clean eating. Like, it's all about the approach.
But if she knew that her back was getting big, why
I gotta tell you?
Why you had to tell her?
Because first of all, a lot of men will be like, "Oh, whatever."
A lot of men don't give a fuck.
And a lot of women get
comfortable. It's about what you're doing within yourself. So if you knew your back was getting big, why we didn't approach
So look, a lot of women will gain weight, and then we're looking in the mirror like, well, first of all, we look in the mirror and we always find something wrong with ourselves. Period. So if you still fucking with me, I'm about to be like, dang, I feel like I look fat, but he must be okay with it.
He loves all these curves.
I feel like men do the same thing, but we address it, we know what it is, and we move on. It is what it is. If I got a unibrow, then it is what it is. It's just, you gonna respect it or you not. But
so shouldn't it be the same with the fat?
No. What? No. See, so I don't understand how women only gain weight in relationships because they're getting comfortable.
Yeah. So do men. So do men.
Hey, when y'all got them Vegas trips coming up, when y'all be single with them Vegas trips, y'all be looking right then.
Yeah, facts.
Because we done went through that heartbreak and we had that diet.
Exactly, went through
crying.
the phone.
And, you know, we didn't have that heartbreak diet.
The heartbreak diet. Do you know how insane that sounds?
But it's true.
Hey, a dude got to do you wrong for you to get right.
No,
it just falls off.
It makes you want to get on your shit.
What?
No, I agree.
I do agree with Derek. Like, you get in a relationship and you get comfortable.
Yeah.
I agreed with that a long time ago. Now, I definitely don't.
Yeah.
I'm in a relationship. I'm fit now. I want to be even more fit. Like, we're doing this shit together. Like, it's different now.
You got a man?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't. You're a great person.
Like, totally different mindset. But people do get comfortable, and I'm definitely a victim of that.
And it's not even.
I think we all are.
And it's like when you're in a relationship, sometimes you don't even get comfortable. You're like, you guys are busy. You're going on dates. You're going on vacations. You're working. So some people don't have time for the gym. But you have to make time. I know there's no excuse. There's no excuse.
Yeah.
But then you
should be the one to know.
I do. But also, like, I'm a single mom. But there's still times where I don't have time. Like, I'll get off work. I have to take the kid to baseball practice. Yeah. Yes. I take the kids to baseball practice, baseball games. Then we got podcasts. Then we got, grocery shop. There's just things.
Do you watch TV?
Do I what?
Do you watch any shows? Do you have any favorite shows?
No,
She don't.
I don't.
No shows? No
She don't even
sports?
eat.
You watch sports?
Football.
Yeah. Is that about an hour?
That is like
I'm asking a question. Everybody make time for what they want to do.
Yes, but that is on Sundays. I don't go to the gym on Sundays.
No, okay. But you watch a show. So
I don't watch shows.
You don't watch any shows?
No.
I do.
For people
so
that watch shows.
I watch the show while I'm on the treadmill or the
I tell people
or the Stairmasters or whatever.
It's simple. You can wake up
It
an
makes
hour
it so much
earlier
easier.
or stay up an hour later.
When you watch your show while you're on the treadmill or
Yeah,
something?
I agree.
Yeah, but hey,
But I
kids
will.
don't-
It's easy. The stairs. I don't give a fuck what you're listening to or watching. That motherfucker gonna
Yeah.
beat my ass.
It is. But
I'm not making an excuse for people not to go to the gym because I do believe in going to the gym all the time. But there is, like, for example, Kids Zone closes at. There's certain times for that.
And some gyms don't even have a Kids
And
Zone.
some kids don't have a Kids Zone. So now
I
I'm
agree.
stuck. Like, I got my kid at home. I can't go to the gym on Sundays because Kids Zone's closed. Can't go to the gym before. Oh, I have to go to the gym before 12 on Saturdays because it's closed for the rest of the day.
But I feel
And
like
then,
too.
Like, I mean, it's not an excuse, but I
'Cause
get
it's
it.
home workouts.
I was just
Yeah.
gonna say it's home workout. So for example,
I
like
hate home workouts.
Me too.
on my lunch, I'll walk around my apartment complex, get my lap in,
noticed you started
then I'll go to the gym, get another lap in,
yeah,
then do
I do
my
all
other
the
workouts.
Okay, when you say you walk around, like, why do women do the minimum? They walk
Well-
around, they eat a salad, and be like, "Oh, I did great today." I
No,
feel
I'm
like
saying that's
I'm
just-
trying to get my
I
steps
feel like
in.
they get,
That is just my lunch routine. But when I go to the gym after work,
Yeah, I'm not shitting on that. I just want to know why. Like a woman would walk and be cool.
I think it's good for like I get off work and I go to the gym.
Yeah.
I try and go every day. But in the middle of the day on my break, I have 3 breaks. I have a 15, a 30, and a 15. I'm walking around my building at work all breaks because I need to keep shit going. I need to
and I sit down all day long.
I don't.
So
I'm at a desk.
I'm gonna get up,
every
walk
day.
around,
Yeah, I need to get
get my laps in.
Yeah, and like I'm still burning calories.
Yeah.
I'm doing my little power walks.
So I got a question for y'all. Have y'all
I salute
had
y'all
your
too.
man approach you about your weight before?
Me, no. Well, they didn't. So as everybody knows, I used to be really, really skinny.
Oh, for real? Oh,
So he never approached me and said like, you're getting too fat, but he definitely was like, yeah, you really thick. And then he did push the whole like, we should start clean eating. We should start going to the gym together. And I'm like, okay, I'm catching what you're throwing out there. Like,
and you did it initially.
yeah, I did it initially because I'm like, I mean, at first it was like, I don't need to go to the gym, I'm cool. But I felt like he was saying like, well, you need to not go overboard with where your weight is going.
Okay.
Like it looks good on you, but I don't want you to get
Let's
fat.
ask this to the rest of the row. Have you two had your man approach you, say you was gaining weight? So y'all really don't know this stuff.
No, I've never had a man say like you're gaining weight, but I have had guys say like if you get any bigger, we are going to have to, address the issue.
That ain't the same thing.
When have you ever?
Did that
been
make you work
big?
out? Because my whole thing
that's
is
where I'm confused.
that's what I'm saying. You're not gonna want to do it unless you want to do it.
Yeah, no,
If
I was about to say-
if your man come up to you and say like y'all was saying like, oh, I'm already big. If he come up to you and bring it up like, you might it's a little bigger over there. You know what I'm saying? Them jeans fit a little tighter. If you don't want to do it, you're not gonna do it till you want to do it.
I agree. I agree with that only because I'm hearing them talk and they're like, it's the approach. It's like how he says it. And, I heard what he was saying. And I'm thinking over here like, but I guarantee their friends were telling them way before their man was.
That's all. Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
And the friends be kind of, because the friends be like, oh, girl, you still bad. And be like, man, you know what's
No, but
up.
I'm saying,
Hey,
okay.
stop lying to your partner.
That way
You
we
know
went to the
what's
right
up.
place.
You're the only friend that's like that
you're the
though.
friend.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying these ones had friends that were like, hey, let's go to the gym. Let's
Friend.
stop eating this. Like, let's do this. And they don't want to listen. Then they man tell them and now their feelings is hurt. And it's like,
But you know,
I'm
when
telling y'all.
you
Like,
go up a size of jeans and they don't fit, you be knowing what's up.
yeah, no. So I agree with him because the signs be all there. And it don't be until their man like, we need to do this. And they're like, okay, fine.
I don't have a man, so I'm doing this for myself. Okay.
Sabrina, so she didn't answer the question, but yeah, no, her man ain't never told her she was fat.
No, he didn't. And I was fat.
He never told you one
I
time.
got fat. No. And I was like, you could have rolled me down the motherfucking hill.
So, how did you know you got big?
Well, okay, so between kids, so I had kids and gained weight, lost weight, had kids, gained weight, lost weight. then it got to a point where I was trying everything. I was doing personal training, I was doing diets, I was doing gym, but it was so like sporadic. And then I was having aches and pains and fatigue and health issues were going down and sleep apnea. Like I'm talking about fat, like it was problems. So then he, you know, like he would say things like, yes, like I encourage you to go to the gym, I encourage you to eat healthy, but it was never like, oh, you're getting too big, ever. And then, you know, I would say things like criticizing myself, and he would try to make me feel better. So it never really helped, because I'm like, I needed somebody to be hard on me and somebody to be like, look, you need to do something.
But
like,
that was
something.
his way of telling you he loves you regardless.
Yeah, and I know he did,
Yeah.
but I do wish I had, you know, like maybe a little bit of a fat
But
shame.
now he brings it up.
Yeah, and now he's like,
Yeah, now he be calling her
Yeah, like-
so fat.
Yeah.
Well,
now he
that was on his
But-
mind.
That just means that he didn't know how you was gonna.
no,
take it.
but
He
I
didn't
will
know how
say,
you
like
was
he
gonna
would
respond,
say
it
he
seems
would say like small jokes when I was bigger. Not he didn't just completely not say. I guess there were a couple
You
of
were
jokes he
also
would
open
say.
with that you were big. Though.
Yeah, like I'm not easily like offended, or I don't have like, I'm not gonna cry when somebody puts me down. And I'm like pro bullying, pro shame. Like let's fucking change the world. Like
So you saying we should shame people?
yes, absolutely. We should shame hoes. We should shame obesity. We should shame it all.
Why should we
Obesity,
shame ho? I'm
facts.
pro ho though. I'm not gonna lie to you.
We'll get into that after the.
I'm pro ho.
But no, but anyway.
If that's your life, live it.
You are not about to marry a hoe.
I didn't say for me, but I'm saying if you want to live your
You're
life,
not knocking the life.
yeah. If you want to live your life,
Anybody
that's
can
on
do
you.
what they want, but it's not good for society. But
Not good
anyways,
for selling. I mean,
society.
hey,
Society. It's
why
good.
not? Why is it not good for
Because
society?
people want fucking marriages and families.
Okay, do they not want hoes too?
You just said you don't want a hoe.
They want the hoes too.
They don't.
They want the hoes.
So if a
All right,
hoe.
so wait, hold on. So
How
we
many
gonna
of you
put
are
it-
marrying hoes?
We gonna put it in this progression. Have you ever seen a dude and he might have been knocking him down? You heard some stuff about him, like, oh, you know what? I kind of want to see if it's true. If y'all say no, y'all lying.
No, wait.
What?
I only will
say
believe
that
her.
again.
I would
Say that
only
again.
believe
So
her.
you might have heard something about a dude. You might have heard a little around. It's like, all right, hey, bro, really know what he doing. He going in. That ain't never like piqued your interest.
It's
What?
different. It's different for men and women.
But
it's different.
That ain't never.
That is the biggest turnoff.
I didn't know we was on a podcast with nuns. I didn't know
No,
that.
it's not about
Wait,
being perfect.
wait,
Women
wait,
are very territorial, so I don't want a man that every woman done had and talk about. Yeah, his dick's
No.
good. No, I don't want that.
I didn't been in this situation where it's like I heard about you. I'm like, I'm glad
Yes.
the word
She was
traveled.
a hoe.
I appreciate it. Okay, that goes around to my point. That there's a point.
That's a fact.
Huh?
That's
We're not whores. I don't want
You
somebody.
don't gotta be a whore because you heard something
I
about
don't
somebody
want
that make
somebody
you a
that
whore.
every girl done had. Especially
I didn't say every girl. I just say you heard something
I
good.
don't want nobody that bitches is talking about. Like, oh yeah, he really putting
Good
Yeah,
or
no,
just
that's
good,
embarrassing.
just general.
Period.
Yeah, no,
Period.
that's embarrassing. No,
I
That's
disagree. I disagree with them. I mean, I actually truly believe that all women are chasing. 80% of women are chasing the same 20% of men, and we're all fucking the same man.
it's not something that
Wait,
I
hold on.
know.
Are we
It's
telling the
not
truth
something
on here?
I'm saying that's
Wait a
not
minute.
something
Hold on.
Hold on.
Let me put my headphones back on. My bad. I got a little.
said-
No, I think the
So-
way that she's saying it is different because
No.
I don't want to openly know that this man is fucking everybody.
But more than likely, who you're chasing is fucking everyone.
You want a nigga
Yeah, but I ain't
that
specifically heard about
you
him.
want a nigga that got money, got time.
They're fucking
Thank you.
everybody.
He praying at 6
Yeah,
a.m.
but
every
The
morning.
same things.
Delusional, and
The
I don't
same.
wanna
This
hear
nigga
it.
working
The same
out.
things y'all are looking
Watch
for.
his sport.
Everybody
He
else is
doing
looking for.
everything.
He
this
tall,
nigga
he
Superman.
buff. Yeah,
You think you the only one that's fucking with Superman?
But-
Oh, I'm not saying I think that. I'm just saying
So
I
you
don't want
mean to tell
hear
me
about it.
never in your life have you heard something like, you know what? I was kind of think.
No.
Y'all gotta bring a lie.
I have never
Bro, what?
in my life been like, oh, I heard he put it down. So let me go.
Let me check your
But
heartbeat.
I don't think
Yeah.
I don't think that's how it happens. I do think that what you're saying, Alex, is true, but I don't think that's how it happens. I think it'll be something like on Instagram, and you see that this is a popular dude. He's fine. He got money. You see all the bitches in his DMs, and then he DMs you, and you're like, ooh, he looked like the one. Like he got the clout. He got all that. Yeah, it's a little intriguing for women. We don't want women. We don't want men who nobody wants. That's a fucking lie.
Yeah, we don't.
When you break it down,
Stop lying.
that's not what the fuck he's
We
saying.
need
That's
to
not
stop
what I'm
That's
saying.
lying.
but that's what I'm saying.
Stop
When you-
lying.
But I'm saying
That's
it's not
not
a
how we
lie.
say it.
It's the way that you break it down. Yeah, of course nobody wants
Well,
nobody.
use your perspective to break it down then, because that's what he's saying. He's saying we don't want guys that no bitches are fucking with.
No, that's not what he's saying.
So wait, you say women are territorial, right?
Yes.
Okay. Are women competitive?
Yes.
Yes.
Does
And women are
competition
not
breed
territorial.
character?
That's why we let men cheat.
Does competition breed character?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Women are not territorial. That's why we let men cheat. They're lying. These are all lies.
Do you let them, or do you just
No,
you're
but
not
we
cool
go
with it,
back.
and then you accept them?
We
at a
go
certain
back.
point?
We go back.
You said you
So-
go back when you get cheated on?
Yeah, most women do. Yes.
They do. That's why I don't understand why they tell their
That's
friends.
why are we delusional right
Why
now?
tell anybody you gonna go back and now they don't like them now that y'all
Why
can't
are
all
we
come
lying
over.
right now? That's all
Yeah.
I'm saying.
People gotta stop lying.
Hey, I'm all for it. Don't really tell all the bad.
So women
if
are
you don't
not
go back.
territorial. We are not. Men are biologically territorial. Men are the alphas. They are territorial. That's why women can't cheat, and that's why men don't take women back who cheat. And
Women
they
are
don't like women with high
Men
body
do it
counts.
too, though.
Fact. I like that.
Men do it too. They just don't tell
Straight
everybody.
facts.
The
That's the difference.
exception.
Body count?
It's the
You
exception.
care about body count?
No,
Now,
I'm
my
31
body
years
count
old.
is crazy. I don't care about nobody's body count. I tell women that you can
31.
40
Body
people.
count is
But
crazy.
but
I don't care.
but then in perspective, he just said he wouldn't wife a hoe. So in
That's not a
reality,
hoe to me. That's,
Okay, so-
sex
In
ain't being
reality-
having sex a lot ain't a hoe to me. That's somebody.
a high body
So
count
what's
is
a
not a
hoe?
hoe.
Hell no.
Okay, so
Hell
if
no.
I had 100 body count of 100, what am I? Not a hoe.
No, I
Ran
don't think
through?
I'm a hoe, and I'm past that.
That
so I
men
don't
and
care.
women are different.
I don't think
Men can have high body counts and
said
get
he's
married
past
You
to have
can have
kids.
sex and not have no attachment. It's casual. I always looked at sex the same way.
I think
But
that
that's
even
what
women,
makes them
I think
more of a hoe.
Here's
yes,
all I'm gonna
exactly.
say about
Women
this.
having casual sex.
You don't pay
We
a hoe
bond.
to fuck. You pay them to leave.
Do they have
Yeah.
something that they can't get rid of?
I'm not gonna ask
No,
nobody
they're
count
cool.
because I'm
They're
not gonna
still
hurt my
cool.
own feelings.
I don't care about that.
Why do that? It don't really matter. All I need to know is, do I know these dudes? That's all I need to know.
Yeah,
If you-
I get. I
if,
feel
if
that.
I'm at the
Trading in the
table,
same
that
circles.
matters. That
Yeah.
matters.
if I'm at the
No,
table
no.
and you didn't knock down Derek, you knocked out Dom, you
Ain't that
knocked
the
out
same
Red,
thing
and
I
be like,
said?
nah, bro, it's bad. I'm
And then,
sorry.
And then growing up out here, it was certain guys where if you even hear his name, she's done. She could be a
Yeah.
great woman. As soon as I hear, oh, Al did it. Oh, I'm cool.
Yeah,
I know
but-
him.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
That okay, but that I mean, when the higher the body count, the more likely she slept with people you know.
But I'm not gonna ask that though.
That's fine.
can.
Yeah.
You
If I don't know, I
most
don't
people
care.
don't ask, but
Like, what's
it's
the point?
it's the reality. If you even hear that she's messed with so many people,
Because
more
do
than
you-
likely her body
do you
count's
really
high.
want to know?
No, I don't think
Okay,
anybody
so
really wants to know.
I-
don't wanna
okay,
know.
but ideally, what would the body count be? Like to marry?
They probably like 0.
I don't care.
But if you
really
but if
wanna
you
know
if
the
you I know you
threshold.
don't care.
Yeah.
But like if
So you want an experience?
yeah.
So you just can't say nothing crazy. You like, all
Under
right,
10,
I
I
done
would
slept
say
with like
it's
15
reasonable.
dudes,
Anything-
whatever. We
Okay.
31. But if you like, oh, I done knocked down like 150, you gonna be like, oh.
Exactly my point.
Hey,
We
my
have-
stomach hurt. I'm on my
No,
knees
look,
in the room.
look, we
like,
had the
damn.
girls just lying a second ago. Now we have you guys lying now because the body count may not
No,
matter
body
as far
count
as like
definitely
asking,
matters.
but
No,
it matters.
Absolutely.
Let's keep it 100. I
No,
need
for
everybody
sure.
at this
No,
table
I'm-
to start
I'm
keeping
not
it
gonna sit here and
100.
tell that lie.
I've never
No,
asked.
'cause I'm
So
not-
I wouldn't know.
That's not even gonna be a topic.
Yeah.
Though.
Okay,
But I would never ask.
But
I would never.
But,
it would never-
but it's not
It falls,
a it's
it
not
falls
a
under
top,
the same thing that we were just saying
Yeah.
about. Yeah, a woman doesn't want somebody that nobody wants, but she don't want to hear that this man just slept with all her
yeah.
friends.
This is your guys' version of delusion.
Yeah.
Yes,
But we talk
because
about
you don't
the-
you don't
No,
you
yes.
don't you don't
It
you don't
is.
want to
It
ask
is,
because
yeah.
you don't want to know, so you're living in your
So, yes,
delusion.
let me
But I
live in
do
this
think,
delusion
but
that-
I do think most hoes or most high body count women hold themselves like you men know, like
Yeah.
you know.
There's a difference.
I get
Thank
it,
you.
But at the same time, if it don't matter, why ask?
It don't matter to
Because-
who though.
If it don't
It matter to me.
I mean, it depends. For me, it
I'm not
depends.
gonna be that guy. I'm not.
It,
no,
it
matter to
depends
me.
for me. I'm not gonna lie, it depends. 'Cause
I understand
know,
that it's
like
not
I
a
said,
conversation.
We're not
I
20
understand
years
that.
old. We in our 30s. I know you done did some things. I know you've been around the block. I don't need to know about all that
Yeah.
though. You know
So
my whole
I think
thing?
what you guys are saying is that if it's a classy, submissive, driven woman, and she comes to you with class and she hold herself well, more than likely she has a low body count. More than likely because of the way she's holding herself.
And then you go
So
to her
of
high
course you
school
don't
reunion
care.
and find out she did the whole football team.
Yeah, but
Damn.
even if she
Lord
did,
have mercy.
people grow, people
Yeah,
change.
and-
So
and that-
if you
and-
had a crazy body count, but then you learned from that and grew from it, I'm cool with it.
But that would
would you
also
know?
mean that more than likely she's coming from somewhere else.
So you believe you could turn a
'cause
hoe
she-
to a housewife?
I see it all the time. Hell
If
yeah.
it's your hoe,
Yeah, I see it all the time.
if it's your hoe,
You gotta think a lot of dudes don't get the
remember
best
women
version of the
are
girls.
leaving men,
That's true.
They
right?
don't get the best version.
That's true.
But
You
listen.
could be getting something that's.
You got her when she
off
wasn't
of-
in her prime. Now she done bossed up and all that.
Oh, she was in her prime.
Yeah.
Wait, let me
Sexual
let me
prime.
break
Who cares?
something down. So The statistics say when a woman has slept with 5 bodies or more, she has a 25% chance of being happy in her marriage.
Well, she probably know what she doing. I mean, at the same time, you know.
But listen, I'm not done.
5 bodies, they hella stiff.
Yeah.
That's not.
Hey,
enough. That's not enough.
You said the women hella stiff?
That's stiff as hell. 5 bodies.
Okay,
people
so
been fucking since 16.
Stiff.
We 30 something.
What the
15
fuck is
years.
stiff?
Yeah, 5 people. Then
Wait.
what the hell you doing? I gotta
What?
still
Yeah.
teach you shit.
I need to know what the fuck stiff is.
That's stiff.
What's stiff?
Stiff.
What
You
is
just-
stiff?
You just don't know what you're
Not
doing. You
moving.
ain't experienced enough. I gotta still teach you.
She can move, but she's
So you're not willing to be with somebody who's not really sexually experienced?
No.
She can have 5 bodies, but been with like that
So
one
you're not
person.
willing to teach her?
No. I'm not waiting.
That's a new one for me.
15.
That's
Come
a
on,
new one
man.
for me.
I don't know when y'all lost your virginity. Let's just say 16, 17.
Yeah.
Everybody's 30. You've had 5 people, then you still uncomfortable in certain situations. Niggas is nasty.
You could have been with one person
Yeah,
for 5 years.
you could be with one person 5
And
years.
you only know how to suck they shit right and fuck them right because you've been with them so long. No, I need you to have a few. You need to learn some tricks.
Different sides.
This is a
You
new
need to-
one for
people
me.
can lie and act like they don't
But
like
what
it.
it- but-
I'm gonna
so-
say you could learn the tricks
so-
with me.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
not
Right.
with
Yeah.
So
that.
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
she's saying with her statistics though is saying a woman with a higher body count, she's most likely gonna be less satisfied with you because she's had all these other people.
So that's what I was going to get into.
Right.
Okay, so and then it's so with women, when women have sex, we let off a chemical in our brain called oxytocin. The more oxytocin we let off, basically we create like an immunity where it's harder to pair bond with our future partners. So the more bodies we have, once we find that person that we want to be with, want to marry, want to commit to for the rest of our lives, we tend to start comparing them to past partners. We start to find out that we're not fully satisfied. We start to complain. We start to say like, oh, I want more, I want different. It's kind of like going into that like masculine, like now it's harder for women to be satisfied in long-term committed relationships when they've had so many bodies, statistically speaking. So if you want a woman with so many bodies, you have a more likely chance of her not being happy or her leaving you.
Yeah, I can't argue with this statistics, but I'm the same guy who also said I don't see myself with one woman for all these years. So it's different for me.
Yeah.
So I look at a lot of shit different from people. That's why I'm not like a traditional man.
So even if you were to have it, like, let's just call it an open relationship, can't there be one that you are with for a long time? If she's open to having you like sleep around or bring other girls in, you could still be with her for long term, right?
Is
For
she
the rest
open
of her
with
life.
me having sex with other
Yeah,
people? But
if
she's
she
not.
was. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool with that.
So you're open with her,
Letting me do it? No, I
No.
said letting me do it.
but are you letting her?
I've never been that guy to let my girl. I've never. You know. Once it's the end. Once you're younger. Once it's the end of the relationship, girls will be like, "Well, you can see this person. I'm gonna start seeing them." I end it right there.
Yeah.
You know, when you're young, you just say anything.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I'm not about to stick her. I don't want to hear what you
Yeah.
do. I don't want to even think about it.
Yeah.
We can't take people cheating or messing
Yeah.
around or being open.
But that is a biological factor as well. Like the fact that women can, they keep saying it's more like of emotional thing. Like men are more sensitive to women, but no, it has to do with like the whole body count and the whole how men are designed, how women are designed. Like it's not okay for us to cheat. It's not okay for us to be promiscuous. It's not okay for us to have a high body count. But when it's for the man, technically speaking, it is. That's how they're built. Like men are built to, like I said, spread their seed and have sex with women and cheat and not be monogamous necessarily. They can be, they choose to be, and I'm going to have me a monogamous man, but it's more likely that they're going to have more sex than the woman.
So shouldn't a woman be, since it's a fact, right? Shouldn't they be more open to their man messing with somebody
Yeah.
else because the man wants to do
Yeah.
it and it's in him to do it?
Yeah. So
That goes back
Open
to
to it
the
doesn't mean
other
we're
two
okay with it.
topics of women don't want to know that this man been sleeping around, and men don't want to know the body count.
So you basically saying tell your man to be on his P's and Q's.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if
If
you
they're
gonna
gonna
cheat, I
cheat,
don't want
yeah.
to know
Dot the
about it.
I. Dot dot. Okay.
If I find out,
I like
okay,
that.
we're gonna cross that bridge when we get to it. But I don't want to openly know that. Oh, okay, well he's going out for a guys' night. He gonna cheat on me.
So,
but see, I think
Yeah, no.
I think that's where
And
it
then
gets a
if you
little
cheat on me, so I don't
muddy.
get none that night, or you about to double dip?
I wanna circle back to
my
something
boy
else
said
that
something
was
about
said.
that. He said, is it really cheating if I'm still giving you the same energy? I swear to God, he said this in college in front of everybody. What you just said. All right, I cheated that night, came home, showered, and then gave you the same good sex. He said that ain't cheating. That's what you just said, though. Am I gonna get some that night? So if you get some that night, does that count? Like,
I mean, he did wash up.
You already stuck your finger in somebody else's body.
You done already licked
if you cheated, am
Oh,
I gonna
that's
get something that night?
cringy.
Hell yeah, you gonna get something too.
I can't.
I don't want it. I don't want it, but I want it. If that makes sense.
You didn't find out,
Hey,
and
I
then
ain't
he gives
gonna
you the
lie.
same thing.
Hey, that sounds like a young
Yeah,
man's
that's
game.
what I'm saying.
said that in college in front
I
of the whole
don't want
class.
it, but
college,
then
that's
I'm
what-
missing
yeah.
out
30s.
because you didn't gave it to somebody else. But then at the same time, if I catch something, it's a big problem.
What did he cheat you out of? Y'all got the same thing. You both had.
But what if I catch something?
If you
I mean,
don't,
you probably were gonna catch something regardless. That's
what I'm
saying. The same night.
Yeah,
or not.
first of all,
But-
You gotta
I'm gonna
clean your
catch
shit.
it regardless.
You gotta clean it.
No. You're gonna throw my pH balance off, and I'm gonna catch something that's not an STD.
you can fix that in 6 days. You'll be alright.
Now I gotta wait 6 days.
Days.
Now I gotta wait 6 days because you done stepped out on me.
First of all,
Go
not
ahead,
that same
Alex.
night.
That's wild. Nah, we ain't waiting 6 days. You gonna come in this while it's happening
But
since you started it.
y'all have sex and relationships often, like weekly.
Yeah.
Weekly.
Yeah,
Weekly?
what's-
I'm serious.
Yeah.
I've never
No,
done.
it-
I can't do it. I cannot. I'm
You can't-
programmed not to do it. Any girl I've ever had, I don't have sex weekly.
So how often do you have sex?
Every few months.
Wait, what? You don't have sex like that? Why?
Like you don't
So you're
match.
not hella sexual
I'm
then.
so confused.
So like wait.
I was when I was younger, not no more.
So you don't even like masturbate or nothing?
No, that's what I do. I'd rather do that. That saves me gas, time, money.
You said you want more than one woman.
No emotions.
You want more than one woman,
Hell
but
yeah.
only have sex.
I like the
a few
options.
months?
I'm big on the options. I like to pick. I don't want to just do one thing at anything.
Every other
Can
month.
I just say I'm so glad that we have a different type of male on this podcast right
Y'all
now?
knew
'Cause
I was
that's
different,
wild.
I gotta ask you this.
I didn't know he was that different.
Does a new ass charge you up?
Does a new ass charge me up? Yeah.
I heard there's no better pussy than new pussy.
You know, I
Nope.
heard that too.
I actually believe it.
But new pussy ain't always like the best.
Yeah.
Like,
But
you
it's
have
more
to be-
intriguing, right?
Y'all got to get comfortable with each other.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I used
I
to
was
just
gonna
try to
say, that
stab
would be why
shit.
I
That don't work.
disagree.
You got to get
Okay.
comfortable. You
That
gotta
would
get
be
comfortable.
why I disagree, just because it's a more of a familiarity thing.
Like
for
the
me.
connection, maybe.
Yeah, for me, I ain't never fucked with no girl I didn't like, or I gotta genuinely like you.
Yeah,
I'm attaching myself to you. I
Yeah,
can't.
there's still standards.
I rather aim and fire. I can't
Yeah.
spray and pray.
You're different,
I'm not
though.
a,
You're
yeah,
different.
I didn't spray it and pray.
Wait, you had another question though, Alex, right?
Oh no, I was gonna say circling back because you said, what'd you say about the five bodies? After you have 5 bodies, you're what?
You're you're 25% less likely to be happy in your marriage.
Or marriage, or let's say relationship. So everybody here got 5 bodies, right?
Yeah, I'll say it for him. Hell yeah.
So everybody here got 5
We're
bodies.
not lying today.
Okay,
No, we
okay.
ain't doing that.
I'm glad we. Hey, I was making sure we took the nun cloaks off because I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
all right. I thought
I
it
don't
was
know who
church.
these
It
people
is
is.
Sunday. I know if we
They
was at
tried
church.
it. Hey, they tried
So
it.
okay.
I'm the only one that said yes. Y'all hella pussy.
Yeah, they looked.
They had to say yes.
They
had
said
to
he
say
ain't
yes.
talking to me. So regardless, so everybody here got 5, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So do you find that to be true for y'all?
I find it that there was a point in my marriage where I wouldn't say it was necessarily because of I almost left my marriage. I almost got divorced, like as far as what I felt like. So it could have happened, but then I had to change my mind. I learned about all this stuff. I grew. I changed to make my relationship better. So, I mean, I guess I could have said I would have fallen under that statistic, but
What was
Would
the
you have
question
equated that to sex though, or was it
I
other
would've-
things?
So I wouldn't have equated it to sex, but what it would have been was there was a lack of I don't know how to explain it because there was a bond that was like broken. Like there wasn't like I felt like I couldn't connect with him, but not necessarily. I wouldn't necessarily say like I couldn't pair bond with him. Like I couldn't. So I couldn't say. But I don't think that if you were to look back at the 25%, anybody would be able to say it's because they have more bodies. I wouldn't say like it's. I was comparing him to past bodies or comparing him to people I've slept with.
That's just more of what I'm saying. Now,
Yeah,
right
no,
there.
I don't. If we're saying it like that strictly, then no, that's not.
Okay.
That wasn't it.
Anybody else?
What was the question again?
So I'm kind of paraphrasing. You said if women have 5 bodies, what was the
So,
statistic?
5 bodies or more.
Yeah,
bodies
he's
or
saying
more.
like it's less likely they're gonna be happy in their committed relationships. Do you find that to be true for you in your committed relationships, having more than 5 bodies?
as far as like thinking of other men you had sex with, and
Like,
you're
do you
like,
compare
oh, my boy ain't doing that, or bruh, I hit 3 years ago, did this, my boy ain't really got it like that. Do you feel like that applies to you?
No.
Can I just make a statement before you guys answer? Let's go to like the beginning of the relationships and when you start having sex with these people. There's been a lot of time. I'm not saying them necessarily, but there's a lot of times when women will have sex with somebody and they instantly compare them to past bodies.
Well, I can see it in the beginning, but the other part of that too is the sex in the beginning ain't gonna be the same as after years. You know,
but
what
I
I'm
also
saying?
think that we get to an age where we're not necessarily settling, but if we were younger, they wouldn't be with who they are because of the sex, because they have had those bodies. So at our age, it's a little different because, not to say them, but women at our age are like, okay, I need a relationship now, so we're gonna put this to the side. But if this was 5 years ago, I'm pretty sure they'd be like, I had better sex than this.
But sex is one of those things you can always find something better if you're looking for it.
Yeah, but the more bodies you have, the more
yeah.
it's prevalent.
Yeah.
That thought.
I mean, I get it, but like, you say 5 compared to like 100.
Yeah, no,
it's
I think
different.
I think that statistic is kind of crazy. 5, like,
5 ain't that much.
Most modern women
5 is
have
not-
at the very least 10.
I think
That's too low.
So
Too low.
I'll say it's about 15 to 20, probably the low average.
10
Yeah.
at 30. You ain't
10?
getting nothing yet. You ain't getting nothing. You don't know shit.
He
if you had
said
10 bodies.
30.
I feel like that's unfair.
10 at 30.
I would say I was gonna say 20 to be 15,
Me
20
too.
to be generous.
20?
To be
Always double
generous.
it. Always times about 2.
To be generous.
Yeah.
20.
Girls
Yeah.
always lie. I only had sex with 4
facts.
dudes,
That's
and I
facts.
know the 4, so I'm like,
No.
it got to be more than that.
No,
He said you're not just fucking a
Yeah,
nigga.
that's what I'm saying. You're lying.
But
again,
that's why you don't ask that question, because you know
Yeah, I
it's
don't
not gonna be the
ask.
truth.
But no,
I
again-
learned a lesson. When I moved to Arizona, I was kicking it with these girls, and my boy asked the girl like, "What's your body count?" And she was like, "Oh, over 80 dudes."
80.
And she said I was a flight attendant,
Yeah.
so every city I went to, I was fucking around, and I didn't judge her. I was so happy that she kept it honest.
I feel that.
I swear, and
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
feel
and
that.
I'm thinking in my head as a man, I'm like, she probably know what the fuck she doing. I kind
I
of like
watch
that.
It
podcasts.
piqued your
That's
interest.
honestly,
Yeah.
80 is
I
light.
didn't say I was with the
But-
friend,
or
but I was
she
looking at
doesn't,
her.
or she doesn't. I mean,
said
just
80
because she has a
is
high
light?
body
Yeah,
count,
I watch these
doesn't mean she
podcasts.
knows what she's doing.
I
That's
watch-
just how a man thinks in college. And I think that a little bit now, really.
Obviously,
Because the
you
ones
said
that's-
10 is inexperienced.
Yeah, it is to me. That
Yeah, I watch these podcasts
serious.
where these
That's
girls
crazy.
body counts are between like 150 and like 400.
I love them.
First of all, how do you even keep
50 and 400.
how do you even keep
love
track
them.
of 400?
A lot of girls that a lot of them are OnlyFans girls. A lot of them are sex workers. A lot of them have sex addictions. A lot of them are just promiscuous party girls, and they do write their names down.
Are
They
any of them married?
negative.
Wow.
Do they want to be?
That's the other question too. But like I said before, there is a place in the world for hoes.
Yeah.
I do think that there is
The red
a
light district.
Huh?
The red light district.
I'm just saying there is a place in the world for it. That's why I said I'm pro. If you about it, because it comes to the point, if you gonna have sex with 300 dudes and you get nothing out of it, why not get some money?
I agree with that.
You like high class hoes?
Yes, you telling the truth with yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
Instead of you just
They
getting
bout
ran,
something. They bout
you
something.
getting ran by nothing dudes for nothing.
Yeah.
You just get a little bit. Half the time you might not be satisfied. You just doing you like You wake up in the morning like, wasn't what I thought it was be. You just getting ran through constantly. You might as well get something from it. At least you got a bank account. You might be able to buy a house.
I
And then you
absolutely
might be able to
agree
get
with
the dude you want to get. You got a house. You got what you need. You like, you know what? I got the money. Now I need somebody to be my partner. I need somebody to, it won't be me, but there are dudes out there for that.
But you gonna fund them pockets.
Huh? No. I like how you try to play me, but
you
no.
gonna fund them pockets.
I said there's a place for me. I didn't say it was
I ain't
my
paying for
place.
them. Hell no.
There's a difference for that.
Yeah, nah.
What did Webby say? Pay for, because because I get too many freebies?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, okay.
I mean, I do think
Facts.
I don't necessarily agree with sex work, but it is an industry, and I think that's where it should be. I don't think there should be hoes out here just getting ran through for free. Like,
Yeah, I that's what I said. I agree. I'm like, if you enjoy trains and getting ran through, you should make something
You
from
didn't
it.
have to say the train
went
part.
to the-
But
just the sex worker part. Just the straight.
So
woman.
you've never looked at a
Train is
woman
sick.
that you just know that was getting ran and
That's
be
my
like,
limit.
what are
Trains
you
and
doing
videos.
So
this
you've
for?
never
Yeah.
ran a train?
Yeah.
yes,
Hell
definitely.
yeah, I went to Deer Valley. Hell yeah, I ran trains. Yeah, I've been running trains since 7th grade. Yeah.
But you said it's sick.
No, that is for. I'm not wifing nobody with a video or trains. That's my limit. You can fuck as many dudes you want, as long as I don't see it. Like y'all said, as long as you don't see it.
Boundaries.
Oh my God.
And then the trains, I can't have two people like, bro, her shit was fire. At the same time? Nah, that's my limit. I can't do
Boundaries.
that.
I love it.
I got boundaries. I
Yeah.
got boundaries.
I love it.
I'm glad you have that.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, I got boundaries.
Barely.
Barely.
Like I said, I went to Deer Valley, man. I was influenced.
But I respect it though, because there's a lot of dudes that think that way, but they're just not gonna say it, or they're not gonna say it depending on who's around.
So have you ran a train?
Way back in the day, I'm a different man now.
Have you ran a train?
Nah.
This is a good dude right here. Though. Y'all realize he's married.
He got a ring on his
He care about
finger.
body counts.
Yeah.
You got the ring on?
Married.
Show that. He said that motherfucker to the camera.
It's blinging.
But
I've
you
been
also
married since I was 23.
Wow.
Damn.
So you believe in getting married early?
if it works for you.
I don't believe in nothing for everybody. Everybody's situation is for them.
Yeah, I
so like
disagree
when he
with that.
said he could go months without sex, I'm a 3 to 4 days a week type of person. Everybody's different within their situation, so nothing is for everybody.
So can I ask, do you masturbate?
What's the
If I
pause
do,
for?
I was gonna say
You don't have to
it's
answer.
You do gotta
I
answer.
do. I would say I do, but it's not something that it's like premeditated or nothing. It'll just be like, damn, nigga, you need to get one off. You tripping?
Yeah.
Like it'll be some shit like that. Just because my judgment might be clouded.
Okay, so I have a question.
Judgment, I think.
In the mic, Mel.
So I have a question. So, do you think that it's like out of pocket for your girl to masturbate instead of coming to you to get her rocks off?
Nah, because her judgment might have been clouded. I prefer her to do that rather than to step out.
Why? When you about to be home in 5 minutes and you can get her rocks off for her.
You right, but that would be something I had to.
So you
ask
don't
her.
think like, I guess, yeah, I don't know. 'Cause
Different
I feel
strokes
like,
for different folks.
I feel like if I'm in a relationship and I'm horny, like why? I'm gonna wait for him.
So you've never
You don't get my wrong.
The
Let's ask the
anticipation is
question.
really like better too.
You've never masturbated in a relationship.
No.
Do we have normal people on the podcast?
Yeah.
Hey, do we got to get a call in or
I
something?
think because when I was in a relationship, we had sex every day. I didn't need to.
How long were y'all together?
Years,
Every day?
pretty much. Yeah.
Damn.
Me and my wife been together for 10 years, so it started like that, but then it gradually slows
Yeah, you
down
have
through
kids and
kids
stuff.
and time and work and stuff. It just slows down. So you understand that and you be like, all right, what's reasonable? And you go from there.
But if you can masturbate, then you have time to have sex.
But you also do them on your own time.
You masturbate in the shower. It only take 2 minutes. Sometimes sex takes too long.
That's
sometimes.
facts.
It's the whole setup, the foreplay. I
Yep.
just want to get this off and relax.
Ain't no foreplay
Yeah.
for this 5
But like,
right here.
like,
You feel me?
like it's happened. Like when I was married with Joshua, he would tell me though. Like I'd be at work, so I used to work nights. Like, oh babe, I'm horny right now, and I'm looking at your picture. I'm like, okay,
That sounds like that.
well,
Nothing wrong with that.
nothing wrong with that. At least you let me know. I'm like, okay, good. It's me.
the other part about it.
It's
when
me.
when you are, for example, I'm not gonna give y'all all my details, but
So now we
Go ahead and say it,
hiding shit.
TT.
Now
Come
we
on,
hiding
let's be honest, TT.
Why are we
Come
the
on.
only ones telling the truth?
Yeah,
man?
you want to be
Come
all
on.
a house mouse over here about your stuff,
Excited about
TT.
this damn podcast.
Yeah, nah.
I'm just saying, when you are you got your own place, he got his own place, y'all are in a fresh relationship, y'all not living together, so y'all not having sex every day. He gotta go to work, you gotta go to work. You wake up horny, you gonna get it off. You know what I mean? So it can't happen, but you know.
So have you got it off? Because we
Yes.
talking about all this, yes or no. Everybody
Yeah.
saying no. So let's get straight to the point.
Yeah.
So I have, but
Okay.
I do so when you're single, yeah, you do that. So when I enter a relationship, I do wean myself from it
So
because
never,
I do want to save
Okay.
it for him.
never. So you win your relationship, you don't never do it.
No, I'm not saying I don't never, but I'm saying I don't do it as often.
Okay,
and I try
that's fair.
to
That's a fair answer.
yeah, and I try to like not do it as much as possible.
Anybody else want to comment? The women in the room.
No.
Oh,
Ashley,
I have.
I have not,
I
but
have. I
that's
have. And if it prolongs,
and
it.
I will,
So if
I
do it
will
before
tell,
we
I
have
will
it,
tell
it
him
goes
sometimes,
longer.
like
So,
this, like you said, this how I'm feeling. Like
we're gonna have an hour session up, baby, because we both did it before. So
okay, so I have a question. If you guys were single, right, in the dating field, what do you think about women approaching you? Like, how would you want a woman to approach you for you to take her serious? And not just be like, oh, she approached me, she's just trying to fuck. Or I'm about to just fuck.
I'm gonna be honest, man. I really don't like it.
You don't like it?
I'm more of a chase guy.
Okay.
I'll make me want you. If you come up to me, that just happened to me recently at the gym. A girl walked up to me and was like, I need your number.
Oh, that's.
Just like that. Like handed me her phone. Like put it in there.
And you turned her down?
Yeah, I was cool. I'm like, nah, I got a girl. And I didn't want nothing to do with her because that's not, if I see you, I'm a plot. I like to plot and chase, like I'm saying. So it's not cool to me.
So can I ask how long you and your girl been together?
Honestly, 3 years.
3 years? Okay, so at this point, is it okay for you to be like, I want to bring somebody in? Like, what's the limit for you to be like, I want to bring somebody into the relationship? The time frame.
I say it from the start.
So if a 5 months in, if you like, oh, I seen this girl at the gym, I'm trying to bring her in.
Yeah, she gonna not like interview her, but I'm gonna show you the gram and like, do you think she's cute?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she cute. Hell yeah. All right, well let's go have some drinks.
Can I ask if y'all have already done it?
I've done that before.
No, with her.
Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's not a. But let me not say this. It ain't routine like I thought when I planned it. Yeah, we just went to Arizona about a month ago, and I thought it was that. So I'm in the club grabbing every number. I got cussed out on the ride to the strip club. I got cussed out in the morning. I just got cussed out.
So she's like, you can't pre-plan it.
She was like, I want to pick.
Oh, okay.
But me, with my eye, I'm picking everything. I'm in Arizona.
So she wants to be in control of that part.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you trust that she will be picking? Like she will do the picking? Because I would say that and then be like, I ain't seen nobody.
Right.
Well, that keeps happening. That's the problem. That keeps happening to me.
So it sounds like there was a
Miscommunication.
like a bargain at the beginning, and she's not holding up her end of the deal.
Hell yeah.
And that is gonna become a problem.
It's been a problem, yeah. So I voiced it though. Like, don't say you want this, then we get there, because most women, they don't want to do stuff with people they know.
Yeah.
Has she ever even
let's
messed
go
with
somewhere.
a girl before?
Yeah.
Okay.
With me.
Okay.
But before that, no.
Nah, I don't think so. She's attracted to him, but no.
I mean, all women are mostly attracted.
Yeah, but no action.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay. So you don't like women to approach you. What if it's like a subtle, like, she likes a couple pictures in your DM, so she like catches your attention? Like it's hints being thrown at you.
If it's mutual, I don't mind.
Okay.
But if you just come at me and I really been like fucking with you.
Yeah.
So you don't like the like forwardness, like upfront, like blunt.
No, because dating is a game to me.
Yeah.
It's like levels. Like one day you got the power, the next day she got it. If you come at me, I got the power the whole time. You want me, I didn't want you.
So if they come at you, like, I'm just fucking and I'm dipping off. Or is you even fucking at all?
Oh, I'm fucking, but it matters. It matters the situation. You know what I mean? But yeah, I might do it because I don't get emotionally attached.
Yeah.
Not at all. So yeah, we could fuck and keep it pushing.
So what's your emotional attachment to a woman?
I personally, man, I haven't really had one like for real until now, and I don't know, it's just a connection thing. Like we're so comfortable with each other, in and out, bad, good and bad, shit like that. But before this, I never had one. I be with girls, I just like the sexual part of them. Then when that gets old, I need that other person.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did she meet those standards you were talking about when we asked like what you look for?
Not at first, no. But I seen it. I seen the potential.
Oh, okay.
You got to see. Nobody's gonna come to you perfect.
Yeah.
So I seen the potential. She's classy, but she got some ratchet ass friends. All right, let me remove her out of her environment. What you do with a hoe? Like he was saying, you get the hoe up out of here. Go take her to Atlanta or something. So I just got to get her out of her environment, and people got
Not
potential.
to Atlanta.
To Atlanta.
Yeah.
So was
You got to
it,
go far with a hoe. You can't do nothing out here.
But
You gotta
Atlanta is like the ratchet motherfucker.
No, but it's black success though. It's some people getting money out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna actually let Dom keep going, but I
Yeah.
had another question when we get.
What was the question?
The question is,
How do women
what do you
approach,
think about women approaching you?
and how should they do it?
I don't like it either. I'm not. I think I'm big on a chase proponent too, but yeah, I'm not really big on the approaching, because y'all be aggressive. When I say aggressive, I mean like aggressive, like. And
The ones that approach, that do
there's
the
a
approaching.
different type of aggressive. Like I be in Atlanta, they aggressive. The women in Atlanta are aggressive. The women in Houston are aggressive. The women here are a little bit less aggressive, because I don't know if they feel like everybody wants the California woman, so it's a little bit different. But being a California, a real man, it get aggressive out there. I'm not really for it.
You look like you're scared.
It get aggressive.
So do you like what if like I said with him, like what if she's dropping hints, like y'all at a club and you see her eyeing you, is that a turn off for you?
It's not necessarily a turn off, but let me see you first. Because I know you saw me. That's who I am. I know you saw me. But
Does it seem like they're easy if they're doing that?
Yes. He said, yeah. In a sense, and I don't want easy.
Yeah.
Everybody could get easy. I don't want nothing that everybody else could do.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
What you talking about, Al?
I'm not tripping. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I respect a shooter. If you know what you want, come get it.
God.
What we wasting time for? But it gotta be like if I'm feeling you too though. You come up. I just had a broad.
I was just gonna say.
She tried to get at me today. She was up there a little bit. I'm like.
But you
I
Up
just
there,
tell
wait,
them like,
up
nah,
there
it's
how?
feeling it.
Up there
First of
how?
all, you are in relationships was different.
Yeah,
but
I'm in a relationship, different. But I'm just saying.
Wait,
like,
how was she up there?
No.
Wait, how was she up there?
What was the problem?
she was a little on the heavy side. I'm just going.
No, he said she was a cool 260.
That's his biggest
260. I did say 260.
Hell no.
But no, I told her how to grow, so I wouldn't really trip about it. But I don't care. I mean, I've had women come up to me all the time. It don't matter to me. If you like what you see, go shoot for it. At least, because then the other thing is too, like I'm gonna ask y'all, have y'all ever looked at a dude? Y'all went out, y'all looked at the dude. I was like, oh, that's the dude I wanted, but he never said nothing. So you just tripping like, damn, I wanted him to say something. Have you?
Yeah, so with me too is like
I just want to hear just everybody, just give me the yes or no. Have you ever looked at a dude, you seen a dude you wanted, and you thought he was gonna make his move, but he didn't, and you was you weren't really like
disappointed.
Yeah, you just disappointed. You're not like mad about it, but you just disappointed.
Yeah, it's happened.
But then and then sometimes. Oh my bad, my bad. But you know what I'm saying. But some other times you probably thought like, I was looking at him anyways. I should just go say something to him real quick. So wait, before you talk, TT, have you ever approached a man? Let's just get straight to the point.
I'm not a blunt approacher. I'm a hint dropper. So
Okay.
I'll like if we in a social setting, I will give you the eye. You know what I mean? That type of stuff. I might go over if one of my friends is in your circle, I might go over there and talk to her and kind of like join in on the conversation or something. Make me kind of be seen.
But have you ever approached a man?
I've never been like,
never?
Hey, what's up?
Not
No.
one time. You ain't never just
Actually, no, I lie.
Not even just
I
like
lie.
straight up like just start a conversation.
I lie.
Okay.
I did approach a man one time in my entire life, and later on in the life, I found out he was gay.
Don't ever approach anybody else.
Exactly.
So that ruined it for you?
I don't like rejection. So I'm not gonna throw myself out there.
I ain't tripping about
But
no
I will
rejection.
say, any man that I've ever thought in my head, like, ooh, he kind of like I'm feeling him. And when
they talk to you every time, huh?
Damn near. If it wasn't that night,
Hey, it must be good when life that easy.
I'm not even trying to be cocky like that. If it wasn't that night, it was definitely later on in the week, the month, or something. He came to me eventually.
Okay.
Even if he was just trying to fuck, like, and I knew that part.
Okay.
So it just was. I felt it out.
All right. I mean, that's cool with me. My whole thing, I hate when somebody else try to talk to a woman for me. Like, all right, now I look like a weenie. Like, let me do my thing. That's one thing I can't.
I don't really like niggas.
Hey, my boy want to talk. All right, bro.
And then it's
That's
funny
corny.
too because I kind of like. I don't know if you want to call it the challenge. Usually, guys that I date, they're more of the dudes that kind of sit in the back and just watch. They not the loud niggas.
Them niggas be high. They be just loaded looking
But I
at
like
you.
that, like
all
you
right.
off to the side. You not really the loud nigga getting that hella girls in the club, even though you probably really is, but you just on the under. But I like that. I like the like.
Cause you ain't see it.
Yeah.
She want to be blind so bad.
You take your glasses off to it. Like I ain't even tripping. The glasses
I
off.
like that, like, cause at the end of the night you about to come. Cause I was watching you. You didn't approach me, but at the end of the night you about to come to me like, hey, come here real quick.
So what if you seen him? He was like, all right. He approached a couple things. I ain't saying Brett was just wilding. Like he hopped on like 15 things. Maybe he's hopping on a couple. You seen him, but he was like, you know what? I hopped on a couple, but I ain't even see you yet. And this, that don't work.
Nah, because most likely they didn't got that mail and nothing told me, and I'm like, oh, it's bad now.
But what if he didn't get at the circle though?
Nah, he definitely did. Every time.
Every time.
Every time.
Ooh, wait.
Every single
Every
time.
time.
Hold on.
For y'all too?
Y'all care if somebody talk to your friend?
Hell yeah.
But didn't do anything sexual?
Yes.
Really?
That might not
We-
be your fit. What's so wrong with that? Like we texting,
No.
we don't link at all. We don't.
Or if he just
compare anything.
maybe he was talking to your partner and then it was like, this ain't really my
This
type.
ain't it.
But then he realized,
but it's more with us. We're so close. We see each other every day. We kick it with only each other. So it's different because if somebody tried to get at her and she's like, "Oh, it's cool, get at him." Now we're all in the same circle. We kicking it together. We hanging out together. It's kind of weird. That's the problem.
And I will
It's
say
awkward.
my perspective changed because I was kind of on the opposite end. Like, well, y'all didn't do nothing, but
Yeah.
we are so close that my friend, if her feelings matter, I don't give a fuck what the fuck y'all have. If she's like, nah, bitch, it's off limits, I'm like, all right, I'm
what
gonna
if
fall
she
back.
says it's good?
It's still weird.
It's still
so
weird at the end of the
How?
It's all mental.
day.
It's
Like
only-
that's not
it's
your
only-
person.
It
That's
is.
not
All right,
your
so what if it
person.
was like nothing serious at all? Like you might just talked a little bit, or he tried to get at you at the club or something. And it was
This
like,
has happened. I will say this has happened
Multiple times.
in this circle with two people, and when I went through my experience, I told the other person like, you can do it, but I'm guaranteeing you that's not gonna be your person, and it wasn't. She ended up being like, yeah, it just wasn't. Yeah.
Don't put that doubt in her head though. You told her
I didn't-
this ain't
no,
gonna be your person
no,
because it wasn't
no.
your person.
Because you didn't
But-
want it to
Like,
happen.
It didn't
huh?
happen like that.
It didn't
But, like,
happen. It didn't happen like that. And he showed characteristics that she was just like, yeah, I'm not feeling that. He not even what I'm looking for. Because I told her, I'm like, also too, I tap in sometimes with the spiritual side. So I'm like, what God has for you, He not about to come searching with your friends.
Yeah.
It's not coming like that.
Yeah.
It's not about to be a messy situation like that.
And like I said, like we literally do everything together.
I don't agree,
So,
but I feel it. Everybody different.
yeah,
Everybody different.
but like we literally do everything together. So it's like if you was in my DMs and you was, I don't know what you was doing, trying to get at me, calling me beautiful, wanting to take me out, whatever it may be, and then you in my garage kicking it with us watching the Warriors game and you sitting
Like,
with my
that's
best
weird.
friend.
I know that you found my friend
and now,
attractive.
now you and
Mind you, I know all my friends is attractive.
So what's the problem? You just said it.
But-
we all
but
look
it's-
good.
it's
but
just
Delusion.
awkward.
Not
That's
as
a lot-
fit, though.
Delusion.
That's all I
It's
need
just
to hear.
awkward.
Delusion.
Yeah.
Delusion.
There you go.
Okay.
That's
I
it.
know
There's
all
no
my
need to
friends
talk
is
about
bad.
it.
I know all my
Right.
friends is bad. Ashley got a fat ass. Like I know
For real?
I know if I bring my nigga around, he gonna look at that a little bit.
Yeah.
Look,
But don't
you
let
think
me
you'll
catch
look?
you really eyeing her fucking ass.
So look, but don't stare.
No,
Okay.
Period.
Sit down the whole time.
Period.
Yeah.
Hey, I just gotta ask.
But to go back to what I was saying when he was asking, like, have we approached men? Like,
Yeah.
for me.
So
in
have you approached a man?
Okay, so
Yeah, just
in
get
the
straight to
days, I would
Thank
say
you, Al.
yes. I would say yes, but it's still a subtle approach. Like I'm
Yeah.
a flirt.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as soon as you start talking to me, I'm gonna start making
She
jokes
got
and
the gift of
touching.
gab.
Yeah, like for example, this weekend I went to Disneyland with my mom and my sister, and we get in the Uber, and the guy he was like, I could see a cute little
So
cute
he was
man.
flirting with the
Look,
Uber guy?
listen to the story, bro.
I was about to say you were doing what?
So I'm like, but I'm always I talk to every Uber driver.
Yeah.
Like I'm just talking. So I'm like, hey, so how's your night? You got a lot of like rides this night. Like, oh, are you mostly busy? Like, oh, do you live around here? And so we're just talking, and he's like said something about, yeah, I was supposed to go to the gym. I was like, oh, I love going to the gym. And so I'm talking to him, and then I get out the car. I'm in a dress. I get out the car, and he was like, oh, do you need a jacket? Like, I have an extra one. And I was like, no, like, it's my Uber driver, right? So I'm like, no, I'm cool, thank you, but like, whatever. And my mom and my sister were like, oh my God, you're such a flirt. Oh my God. Like, it comes naturally for me. Like,
Yeah.
And then if I were to be single, usually when I flirt, I will flirt with somebody who's reciprocating that. So I'm not just flirting to get at him like directly, but I call that my approach. Like you gonna
So,
know when I'm
yeah.
like,
I have a question because when Alex said like, oh, have y'all ever got at somebody and they turned you down? I don't see nobody turning you down. The years that I've known you, I've never seen anybody turn you down that you tried to approach or whatever. So when did this happen?
So we got 100% hitters in this
Wait,
room.
yeah,
wait.
this is crazy. God.
Hall of Fame.
I don't even approach. So.
Did I say somebody turned me down?
Y'all the 96
Yeah, I feel like you
Bulls.
was like, yeah, we got turned down before. Like, oh, he was like, oh, have you ever seen a nigga in the club and you wanted him to approach you and he didn't or something
Oh
like
no,
that?
I meant like if I seen somebody that looked good and there's been guys that I think were cute in the club and I'm just like, oh, I hope he comes up to me and he doesn't. But it's not like I talk to them and then
Okay, at least you tell
Yeah.
the truth.
Were you
Okay.
really interested?
It was
'Cause I
somebody
felt
that no,
yeah,
it's
because
just
I'm
like
like, I
a
feel like if
nobody.
he was interested, you would have made a hint or something,
Yeah.
and he would have.
But yeah, no, if look, I'm gonna get what I want. Like
That's
Like Alex said, like,
Period.
but I'm not an approacher though. I'm not somebody that's gonna
You're
come
not
up to you
an
and be like,
approacher,
here's
but
my number.
you're not gonna walk up. But like I said, when I was like, oh, if my friend's over there having a conversation, I'm about to go insert myself.
I'm gonna make myself
yeah.
seen. Yeah, definitely. And then, but for me too, it's like most of the people that I find attractive, there's something about, like, it's somebody that I know, you know, like it's gonna be somebody that I'm cool with or something, and then it's like, okay, then we start flirting, then we start talking, and it's like I'll make jokes like, you know, like I'll just be, you know, slick with how I talk, and so that's my approach. It's not like I'm like, here, give me your number, take me out on a date, I want to see you tomorrow. Like, I'm gonna let them take the lead on the dating and getting to know me and all that stuff. But I'm definitely,
because I'm gonna still make you chase.
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
Every time?
I'm not
Every time.
approachable.
Okay.
I am not approachable.
So
So you do the approaching.
No.
Oh.
I'm just not
So you've never got at a guy?
I mean, I have, but not in person.
I mean, we didn't say in person. It could be anyway.
No, it was kind of like, I told my friend, like, oh, who is this? Like, sent her a picture of her friend posted something of somebody, and I'm like, oh, who is this? And she's like, oh, let me find out.
Yeah.
And then it was just from there. That's as far as I'm going.
So you say you're going to make the man chase every time.
Yeah.
So have you ever had a one night stand?
No.
Never.
No.
Boring. That's boring.
Is that the theme in the podcast?
Is that the consensus?
I ain't never had a one night stand in my entire life.
Ever?
My 33 years living, no.
When you say one night stand, does that mean with somebody we don't know, or just having sex with somebody one time?
I'm talking about you might go out, you vibe with somebody, and then y'all do what y'all do.
And that's
do
the
we
end
know
of it.
them?
We never met. We never fucking speak again.
Yeah, no, I've never done that.
I just meant as far as maybe the one night. You might speak again after, but I'm saying y'all met that night, and they got the.
Nah.
Like
Never.
we met the same night.
Yeah.
Nah, definitely
No,
not.
never.
Wait, these are people you was hanging out with back in the day?
That's what I'm.
You was with 4 girls.
Apparently.
Yeah.
No, not all
Hey.
four
And
of us.
he ain't never seen that. So.
Hey,
Nah, not me.
no wonder I made it home safe every night.
That's what I'm saying.
I had the Lord on my side, bruh.
Okay.
You had some angels. Huh?
Yeah, I did.
Alex is so funny. So funny.
I'm just saying.
He knows.
He's trying
move.
to. These viewers gonna think like, oh, well, he was hanging out with them back in the day. He's seen some shit.
Nah,
No,
he knows how we
No.
move.
Okay.
How I even
I
met
ain't-
Alex was I was talking to his friend.
Okay.
And
Exactly.
It wasn't. It definitely wasn't no one night. Nothing.
I ain't saying nothing. I'm just asking.
But I need you to make the viewers clear that you ain't never seen that with us. I'm
Did
just
I-
saying that he ain't never witnessed it. Like, you
Did I say
lying.
that? I didn't say it.
Nah, but you're talking about, oh, so we on the podcast? We lying or what?
It's 3 more people on here that didn't answer the question.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he's known us the longest.
So he would
Okay.
know. No,
Nah,
But I don't know everybody y'all
everything.
fuck with though.
Yeah,
I'm just
he ain't gonna know
asking questions because I
I'm
feel like.
just saying.
All right, so is this a consensus theme for people our age? Do you think most people our age have had a one night stand? Just ask the room.
Probably.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay, so why? That's just a question to ask.
Yeah, but you know how we move though. That's what she's saying.
Yeah.
I mean, I
because
don't-
you made it like.
I don't know the details of y'all's sex life.
I mean, no,
Like,
the question. The question.
that's just
is
like me
valid.
asking, like,
It's
you know.
a valid question, but I said when we gave you our answer, your reaction was like, oh, so we lying today? We ain't on the podcast today? Like,
This sister act.
Hey,
Yeah,
You feel me?
this is crazy.
I was just
This is crazy.
never once. I don't judge. Like I said,
This
I'm
the
pro
thing.
with it. Sometimes you run in situations. That's what happens. That's cool. I'm just saying I'm about it. But I was just surprised to hear the answer.
The way-
You act like I said, like, damn, I know all the niggas hitting. I didn't say that.
No, I
ain't
think,
never had a one-night stand either.
but I think the girls that have one night stands are mostly girls who are just like, I guess we could use the word hoe. Like they're just hoes. Like they're open
I don't
to that.
believe that.
What?
I
Listen,
don't
can
believe
I
that.
finish? Can I finish? I am sure that there are women who aren't hoes that have had one night stands.
Yeah.
That there are exceptions to every rule, but women who just have one night stands are more than likely doing that often. Like they're comfortable with doing that. Most of us are either relationship people, or we date people for long periods of time, or we have sex with the same person for long periods of time. So we're not comfortable going home with somebody, having sex with them when we don't even know their name.
So everybody here has never had a one night stand.
no. Well,
No.
I haven't myself.
there.
We got a
Hell
no,
yeah.
we got a oh, so we got a yes, no.
So you had a one night
not.
stand, Alex? Yeah,
Of course.
clearly.
See, so
Derek
we, so
and
we,
Alex, okay.
so y'all had a
What?
stage where y'all were turning up, going out every weekend. And
And
if
I-
y'all would have got drunk and y'all like somebody and you're like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna see where this goes. That makes you a hoe because you did it once.
No, I'm
No,
not. That's
that's-
that's literally what I just said. I said I'm sure there are women who have done it once or twice that aren't hoes.
Yeah, so most of them aren't.
But that's
you
not
could
the
just
majority. If women are comfortable with taking a man home for one night, more than likely they're doing that often. They're probably drunk every single weekend. They're probably finding new dick every single weekend, and they're probably having one night stands all the time.
Or they're in the moment.
like,
Yeah, that's in
first
the
of all, like-
moment.
Nasty.
Everything is. That's why I told you need more than 10 bodies. Everything.
I
nasty.
just feel like-
if it's under 10, it ain't nasty.
I'm a very emotional like connector, like Dom. Like,
I'm not emotional. I'm just.
This dude's been married for 7 years.
but I'm saying like I can't if I had a one night stand, like it's not gonna do nothing for me.
That night it is.
No, it's not. I guarantee it's
So it's gonna be.
But
okay.
again, this is in the definition of one night stand that he gave. Just meeting that person that same night while I'm drunk and taking him home and having sex with him. No, but have I had intercourse with somebody one time? Yes.
Yeah. I was gonna say there's been times, but I knew the person, and it would just be that one time, and then that's
I had
it.
to actually like you. Like I actually care for.
I knew of
I
you.
Can't, I can't.
I knew you ain't dirty. I don't know you ain't out there.
Meeting somebody, getting drunk, and taking them home and knowing them for 2 hours, that is disgusting.
That's well, not even
Doesn't
that.
have to be
That's
home, it
also
could be a
very.
hotel.
Derek.
What the hell are we talking
But
about?
my thing,
also
listen,
very crazy.
wait. Listen though, listen. You're talking to you. Literally just said these are the 4 girls you hung out with. Like we had guys we hung out with. If we wanted to have sex, we'd have sex with somebody we knew. I would have
know
picked
that.
one of the guys I was with and like, hey, you want to have sex? Like,
Because the guys talk too much that you might know. So you
Nah.
don't want people to know. What you mean? Nah, I'm just saying how it goes.
Where I'm coming from is I didn't know that. Did y'all know the women I was having sex with?
no.
Okay, there we go.
But she's saying because you were with.
No, but
Yeah,
what
I
we're
was
saying
with
is-
y'all.
But we're gonna take. If we asked you, have you had a one night stand, and you said no, we would take your answer. You gave the.
I was just surprised.
You made us
I
look
would
like
say he's lying.
eh.
If he said no,
But see, y'all saying like I was calling you hoes or something. I
No.
was not doing that at all.
I mean,
I just thought it'd be a common theme. Like maybe I ain't saying like y'all like every weekend. Where the dick at? I ain't saying that at all. I was just saying like maybe once or twice or
Nah.
sometimes stuff happens.
But I don't. Yeah, I still don't understand how it's surprising.
Yeah.
Like to anybody, to him. Like,
I just
don't-
feel like
surprising.
I was gonna say I know it's surprising to him.
No,
He got a
I'm
wild-
not. I'm not surprised y'all haven't done it. I'm surprised at how y'all look at it. Like,
No, I mean,
it's
I
just
didn't look
such
at
a
it wrong.
bad-
It's just not
a
for
bad
me.
thing. You said generally most of them probably are hoes.
It's gross.
I mean,
So if a girl,
it's common sense.
I believe you, man.
That's common
I do.
sense.
I really do.
so you approach a girl at the bar because you like being or you like doing the approaching,
Yeah,
right? Okay, and then you guys have your one night stand. She pulls out a condom because she's already expecting it. She comes with the condom. That's okay. That's not weird. That's not crazy.
If she has a condom, that's gonna let me know she's experienced.
Anyways,
No,
Okay.
dead ass. If a girl has a condom, that let me know that she planned on doing something that
Oh my
she's
God.
being responsible. I don't see what
Yeah.
the problem is.
night. Yeah, I don't
fine.
get it.
That
That's
she
fine.
being
She being a
responsible.
little loose.
That's
is how
Compared
I
to
feel.
if she don't have one and she still want to get blown up, that's
we on
worse,
this-
ain't it?
I feel like we on this podcast lying today, man.
Who?
Y'all.
I
If a
feel
girl-
like Derek is completely honest with his answer.
I ain't lied about nothing
Nah,
today.
Who do you think's lying?
I don't think it's
Who you think's lying?
Like what he's saying is lying. I think it's lying that this is how y'all really see life. Like,
But I
Maybe
feel like
they're a little delusional.
perspective changes. If you would have asked me this at 21, I probably would have thought that. But now I realize people are older.
No.
You do things.
no,
People
I
do
feel like
things.
it's worse. If you're 32 and you keep out at the bar and you come home with me and you have a condom, that's terrible.
You just said that's how you felt though. Everybody
Yeah,
feels different.
that's how I feel. Yeah, but that's
cool.
but like
But also, they're not trying to wife these girls.
that's fine.
Yeah,
But the
right.
consensus is if it doesn't matter how we feel about it. If a girl pulls out a condom, what are we thinking about her? Period.
But I will say this.
But she's
I-
already a
I-
whore.
It doesn't
thinking
matter
she's
if you care
experienced
or
for sure.
not.
But
Who
I
does
think,
this?
but I think that it's already in their mind when they're like, "Oh, she about to come home with me tonight," and I just met her.
Thank you. Yes.
So,
Yeah,
but
but
he's
he's
putting on a
acting-
condom ain't making it no worse.
No, but he's acting like, oh, she could still not be a hoe.
No,
She
you don't
could.
have to be. You're responsible.
Like,
you're
that's
going
cra-
out. You don't
no,
know what
that's-
she's
it's
going
like-
through to go out.
I think
Let's
that part
use-
is a little
let's
crazy.
put-
That she
let's-
don't think
that's
she's a
what
hoe.
I'm
I don't
saying.
think she's a hoe.
Let's use
I don't-
pattern recognition.
I agree.
Common
I
sense.
agree with you.
I don't think
think that
she's
makes her a hoe.
What the hell?
Because that
wild
might
as
not have
fuck.
been her intention.
We are adults. Sex is
That
normal.
might not been her
You having
intention.
sex
Crazy.
protected. What's the fucking problem?
I think what you're not understanding is what I was talking about earlier. Is sex for men and women are different.
so why would I
women
think
having
like a woman? I don't think she's a hoe for that. If
right,
it's different.
but women having sex with multiple people is damaging to them.
All right, let's get to the nitty-gritty.
The chemicals that they
Get to it
release,
then,
the
Al.
pair
Let's
bonding.
get to the nitty gritty. So Derek, if you go out right, you have sex with a woman, she got a condom on. Do you feel like you could still wife her?
Hell no, though. But
You
I'm
think
not.
she a hoe?
I'm not. No, hell no. I'm just not looking
So,
for that. If you get that to, like I said, I like to chase. If you get that to me early,
But-
you ruin the rest.
At the same time, do you feel like you can find a relationship when you're not looking for it?
Yeah.
So based on that, if you have sex the first night, it's bad all the way together
Yes, for me.
for you. Okay.
But she could be great, like personality.
it's
everything.
She's
cool.
not a hoe.
I feel like I ain't gonna lie.
I
I
like
feel
the
like I
chase.
could, bro. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you.
You can. I'm
I
not
feel like
saying
you
you can't.
could, cause you know it's gonna be in the back of my mind. But you know, I'm gonna be like, you know what? Let me see who you are as a person.
And what
I
about
don't
you,
care
Dom?
who you are. You done gave it up already.
I wasn't
You're
going
inside,
for nothing
so-
on the first night anyway. So I got to be your friend first. I need to know what you like on a friend level.
That's just me.
That's just a level of
See, you
standards.
still
Like,
might
you
be
got
cool.
standards.
Fuck it, we could go out for a date. Let's just see how it go. I'm just
You
saying.
so optimistic for me.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I think that you don't like take into consideration like real life. Like you're so just like, oh, it could be.
Not really.
It could be like
'Cause real life,
like
you could
common
be-
sense. Like use your brain. Like if
All
this
right.
girl is doing this, more than likely,
Let's use
this
the brain
is who
then.
she is.
Let's
Like,
use your brain, because you could be that dude, or you could be the other dude that took her out on 3 dates, never beat, but other bruh did.
Yeah.
Okay, and you
I
got
don't want
this.
to be that
Then you
guy.
cut him off to
He
cut
just
her
hey,
off too.
$1,000.
does that
Ain't
happen?
did Nothing.
Does that happen?
I see it all the time.
All the time. Okay, so you talk about optimistic. You could be on the other side of that fence. Like, you know what? She's a good girl. I done took her out on 3 dates. We ain't did nothing. That's because she got her other dude. She got blown her back out.
Yeah, but I mean, I would hope you'd find that out.
Okay.
And then you
but if
don't
she don't
fuck with her
tell
'cause
you,
she's a hoe too.
if she don't tell you, what you gonna do? You gotta go through her phone.
No. But I'm not saying that just because the girl's holding out makes her any better than the girl that's. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying we have pure evidence of a girl who's not even trying to hold out. Like she's clearly a whore. Like it's in your face.
I mean,
The evidence is there.
she being safe.
Facts.
There's worse ways to go about it.
I have never bought a condom a day in my life.
I have.
Okay.
Ever.
I have, but
I have never.
I don't even
Okay.
know what the size in.
Mel, you're
I don't even
different
know
though,
what he
dude. You don't count. You don't
Why
count.
don't-
Yeah.
But
You
I
don't
just,
count. You
I just
really
feel
don't.
like I look at the world in a real perspective.
No, I think you
Fact.
don't.
I have bought
I think I
condoms
do, because a
before.
lot of people lie about shit that be the truth.
Facts.
I have bought condoms
think
before,
so.
but I've never been the one to be like, I got it ready.
I'm not surprised that y'all saying that though.
I mean, if I'm in a
All right, so peep
if
this.
I'm with somebody and we're using condoms.
Okay.
and-
Yeah.
So
And
what
he's
if you
like-
went back to your crib and you had him in your dresser or something? That's just
No,
what you
I
had
don't-
in your
I don't-
dresser.
No.
And we're about to fuck and he doesn't have one and
I
I
don't
really
just-
have sex, I'm pulling our shit out there.
Oh, okay.
That's
You're prepared.
different.
You're prepared.
But how's
I don't
it
just
different?
have
Okay,
condoms
we
If
on
I'm having
deck.
a one night stand, it's gonna be with somebody I'm already fucking. That's why I got condoms.
Yeah, I don't just have condoms on deck. Like, oh, well, I'm single. Let me get some.
I don't have
No.
one single
Nope.
condom in my room.
No.
Not one.
No.
I wouldn't even know what to buy.
'Cause
Man,
everybody,
you know what the gold wrapper is. You know what the
No,
gold wrapper is.
everybody
Everybody
ain't fit no
ain't
gold.
Everybody
Don't
ain't
buy
fit
no
no gold,
gold.
so I
You
can't
gonna
just have
embarrass-
some on deck. And
Yeah, you can't buy gold
50s.
for everybody. You embarrass somebody.
Lord.
Now you embarrassed.
Get Trojan. Just regular Trojan. Don't get Magnums.
I
Don't
don't.
do that.
Is that the slogan?
Yeah, it
Oh
is.
my gosh. Yeah. It'd be like the waterfall.
Oh my god.
Niagara Falls.
Fire and ice.
But all I'm saying is, for looking at the person, because I feel like a lot of people just look at things of what they think it's supposed to be. Like, oh, this is what it is because
Why
she
can't there
held
be a
out.
standard?
There is a standard.
Why can't there just be a right and wrong, a black and white? Why does it have to be
The
this
world
muddy
isn't
waters?
black and
The
white.
world
There
is
is
nowhere
no
near black and
general
white.
standard.
The world is not black and white, because what works for you
I'm disagreeing.
doesn't work for somebody else.
I'm disagreeing.
It don't.
I think there's a right way and a wrong way. I think it is black and
All
white.
right, so so let's get into
Wait,
it.
who sets
What's
the
the right
standard,
and
though?
wrong way?
I'm not saying I'm going to give that answer necessarily right this second, but I'm saying that I think that's why society is failing because of this. Oh, everyone should do it different, or whatever works for you. And then now society is finding dating is fucking terrible. I have statistics on the dating market right now as well. It's fucking terrible.
You know that's how dictators think, right?
People, no, that's fine.
I'm just
That's-
saying,
I'm
if
not-
everything's
I'm
black
not-
and white or right and wrong, you know that's how they take over countries and
So
do
people
communism and
Yeah,
stuff,
I'm
They
right?
can't think for themselves if we're going off your
No,
logic.
what
at
I'm
the-
saying though is that people should learn the statistics and see what works and then go with works instead of thinking like that might work for you even though the statistics are saying the otherwise that might work
But
for
that's
you.
how greatness and inventions and things like that come about.
So what about this?
Well,
You ever
I'm
thought
talking
about
about
this?
the dating marketplace.
So men were known to have two families back in the day,
Yeah,
right?
men
Maybe
were
they
kno-
just weren't leaving.
Yeah, men were
Women
known to
women
spread
can
their
leave now
seed.
because there's more options out there.
Men were, but there's really not.
For a woman? Yes.
There's not a lot of options for men.
Okay,
Every woman wants the same option.
Where
There's
you looking
not-
at?
No.
I
That every
disagree.
compared to
looking
back in the day.
Where you looking for these?
Every
options?
woman wants
don't look
a
for nothing.
tall,
You ain't gonna find it.
dark,
You
and
gotta look.
handsome man.
No.
Okay. Do you have a tall, dark, and
if
handsome
we
man?
were, if we were to,
Fuck you, Alex.
Okay. Okay. All
I
right.
say that. Cool.
Fuck you, Alex. Okay. I'm talking about.
Oh my god.
Generally speaking, that is what.
I've heard women say that like I'm white. I'm just saying that ain't everybody's preference.
no, what I'm saying to what she just said though, it's not so much that women do have options, but it's
Yeah.
what they want, their preferences that get in the way. So women's preferences are
Generally the same.
beyond what they can ever find. There's a whole calculator, delusional woman calculator. You put in your preferences.
First of all, tall, dark, and handsome wasn't just. I didn't just come up with that.
I mean, that's a preference though.
Yeah, but so yes, women do have options, but people's preferences bring that options down. So once you ask for a man that's over 6 foot, that's 15% of men.
Okay.
Once you ask for a
Yeah,
man
that's
making
it.
6 figures,
And
that's 10% of men.
This table.
So
Or it just depends on the age,
There
too.
are options, but if you want to meet those preferences that everyone has, those options get very low. But I don't even remember how we got to the preferences thing. But yeah.
But
You
see,
said something about.
I was just saying as far as so you saying women want a man that's
Because he was saying
tall, got money.
he was saying that there are a
Most
lot of
women.
options for women, and I said it's not because all women.
no, but
basically want
before
the
that,
same
like
thing.
why he even said that.
Well, maybe they're shooting out of their range, and that's why I feel like a big problem
Facts.
with dating is
Yeah,
people.
definitely.
So
Yeah,
put-
definitely. Because the
put an
girl that got
example.
at you today, she thought, "Oh, I want the tall, dark, and handsome man."
All
He was
right,
like,
so I'll
nah,
put it-
baby,
so let's-
you
let's-
260.
Let's put it in
I mean,
perspective.
compared to like a white man, he's
Let's put it in
brown.
perspective, right?
right.
So say a woman, right? She wants a dude that's tall. He can make 150,000. He got a nice car, bruh, buff, this, and that. Instead, maybe she should be worrying about getting a dude in the same social place as her because they'll understand each other.
But that ain't what she
No,
likes. She
but I
wants
agree.
you.
Okay,
But-
but so you're so
there's a
instead
thing
of
called
what,
hypergamy.
What works for you? You're shooting
Shoot
for
for
this
the
dude
stars.
that you think you want, but then the
No, she
other
don't think she knows she want him. She
the
wants
other
you.
thing is, like we said before, when you going for them type of dudes, that's what all the other women want. So you probably not going to be the only one.
Yeah.
Instead of
So
let's
there are
find
not a
something.
lot of options.
Let's find something more around you. Where y'all can understand each other because y'all came from similar backgrounds, y'all understand what it is to be the type of person you are.
But what if
So
you,
you
But-
saying live in
what if you
reality.
and that
right,
girl
live
came
in
from,
reality. But no,
what
you
if
want
you
to.
and that girl came from the same type of background?
What if we did? Okay, but I'm just saying though. All I was saying is people shoot outside their range. They don't understand what their range is.
So there's this thing called.
That's just like me. I'm gonna be like, you know what? I want the broad that got 300,000 followers on Instagram. She got paid promotion. She want the athletes. I'm shooting out my range. I might be able to pull like 1 out of 60 of them, but I gotta be real with myself.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think
I'm not what she looking for, but people shoot for.
But you
they
gonna
not,
try it?
Huh? If she
try
there,
it,
I
yeah.
might. But if I know she got 300,000 followers, like, I ain't about to waste my
Sometimes you
time.
don't even try it, huh?
Yeah,
I've
bro,
been
like
there.
I ain't about to
It's
waste.
a waste of time.
For what?
You're
I'm
an
a-
athlete though.
Well, first of all, you're in the top 15% of
I'm
men.
an
You're over 6
ex-athlete.
foot.
I ain't a real.
you're athletic.
That only goes so far because you got to show something at times
Yeah.
too. Like, yeah, you 6 foot. Where the bands at? I ain't got them on. All right.
But there's
My daughter got the bands. I ain't trying to hear that.
but there's this thing.
Who throwing them?
It's called hypergamy, and it basically states that women date up. They always date up. And
Do they?
men date down. So women, when looking for like marriage and long term commitment and husbands, they tend to look for men who can lead, and men aren't in positions to lead if they're lower than them. So women tend
What do
to
you consider lower?
So
Money
somebody
probably.
who makes less than them, somebody who's shorter than them, in all aspects, physically, mentally, emotionally.
Man, this is a short part.
Yeah, it's
So what if
been that
he
way
makes
for a
more
while.
than you, but he can't support both of you at the time right
Wait,
now,
say it
strictly off
again?
him? I
If
said,
he-
what if he makes more than you, but he can't support both of you at that time?
well, then he's not. That's not dating up. Then
Mm.
dating up. Hypergamy is just when a woman wants to find somebody dominant in every area. So women tend to date up. So women tend to go for the man who can take care of them in some way. They may not necessarily make hundreds of thousands of dollars more, but they're willing. They're going to be willing to provide, protect, and provide resources and all that. But wait, you were gonna say something?
And I just feel like that's been going on since arranged marriages, since the beginning of the
hypergamy
time.
is a like a
that's a real thing.
Yeah, it's like the ingrained, like how we move, how we work. It's women tend to date up and men tend to date down, even age wise. Like women tend to be okay with dating older men tend to be okay with dating younger women in all aspects. Hypergamy.
My wife is older than me, and I was broke when we started.
You got lucky.
Yeah, for real. I'm like, damn.
Because dating, right, as a younger woman, right? Mm-hmm. Your biggest thing for an older man is what? Probably your sexuality. And as a man, your biggest thing is what? Your paper, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So as a woman, as you get older, that goes down, right?
Yep.
So would you say your value goes down?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. And so as a man, if you look at, here's the thing though. I feel like women want a man that makes a lot of money, but they want a young man. And if you go to statistics, most of the men that make over 6 figures, 200,000, they're in their 40s.
Yeah. So that was the next point too, is that women are in their prime between the ages of 21 and 26. Men are in their prime between the ages of like 35 and 36. 8 or something, like some late 30s basically. Mm-hmm. So that's because where they're at in their value in society. So men have to create their value. So they have to build wealth and they have to build status. Once they reach that, they're at their peak. Women are born with value. So what they are valued in is what they can do, which is procreate. So they're at their most fertile and their most youthful and best looks when they're in their early 20s. So that's why that is how the value system works.
Well, I feel like the 30s is in the 20s, so.
I like that. That's how you feel.
That's not what it is.
Does your back feel the same for when you were 20? Your knees feel the same?
Hey, I be in the gym.
They say,
Say that.
They say that you also, women also
my
lose.
knee has been bothering me since I've been in the gym.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
I ain't gonna lie, I pulled like something in my back.
Okay, now we telling the truth.
My knee
Okay, all
has
right.
been fucked up. I don't know. I feel like you.
Hey, was your knee messed up in your 20s?
No.
Oh,
She was dropping it like Meg.
Got a mega knee.
I'm just kidding. Not really, but yeah.
Yeah, but they say like even women will lose 90% of their eggs by the time they are 30.
I don't even feel like men's peak is, you said 30 to...
I want to say it's like 32 to like 38.
How old is the
something.
dude that be in the Dos Equis commercials?
The what?
Dos Equis.
OG dude.
Right. I feel like
Yeah.
I peak around then. When I got the grays.
I was gonna say they got that whole little I forgot what they called.
still
Like
gonna
The silver.
silver foxes.
I just heard this for the first time the other day.
But
yeah,
I think too, it's also like because usually when women date up and let's say they're in their 20s, they're thinking like more like maybe 30s, or they're not thinking the silver fox is at 20.
Yeah, more so like dating.
Yeah.
So hopefully at the silver fox you're like.
But what do you guys? I was gonna ask.
So are we preparing our kids to, like our daughters, to date up? So when they're in their early 20s, go for their prime guys from 35 to 38?
Right, so
We going off all these statistics, and you want to date up and get taken care of.
No, we're not going to jump straight to 35, baby. We're going to go
in their prime. You want the
if my
best for
daughter's
them, right?
26, you can go 30.
So I'm gonna give a complete different answer than them, because yes. So me and my husband, since we have very traditional values. We didn't necessarily grow up to be traditional, but we have traditional values now, and we want to raise our kids to have traditional values. So for me, I want to raise my daughter to be able to find her husband in her 20s, like straight out of like high school, basically. Like start looking for an older man that has resources that can protect and provide. I have no problem with if he is 30 and she's 21, if once we've as her family have vetted him and been able to see character and be able to see like what he has to offer. And I also am not against my kids getting married at 2021. So for me, it's a little bit different. Like I also don't want to force. I want to teach my son how to go out and find a career and make money. And I want to teach my daughter how to be at home and be a wife and be a mother. So it's very different how I'm deciding to raise my kids.
So yeah, since you're doing the traditional way, you're teaching one to be dependent and one to be independent.
Yes.
You don't think that's gonna be tough on them? If
I
they
do.
don't find the man that they want?
especially in this world.
I do.
In this world now.
Yeah,
I do.
It's gonna be tough.
And I just had this conversation the other night with another guy friend of mine, and we were talking about, because he was like, do you think that it's going to be a lack of like getting them ready for real life and like not preparing them for what's in the real world? And I think, again, where my traditional values stem from is more of a religious standpoint. So I feel like if I can pour that into them and they can, learn that on their own. And again, they could come out and be like, no, I'm going to college. Like, I'm gonna dye my hair blue and I could be gay. Like things could change, right? But as far as how I'm going to raise them to be, I'm gonna hope that I can raise them in the way to where they stand by the same values that I stand by. And I do want to teach them survival. Like I want to teach my daughter, this is how you do fill out a resume and this is how you do fill out applications. But am I gonna push her to necessarily like go out and find a job? No. Like I want her to learn how to be a domesticated feminine woman. Like I don't want to force her to be in a boss babe and you have to go out and be driven to like make all this money and like be able to provide to an income for a household. Like I don't agree with that for my daughter. Now, if that's something she takes on and she's like, Mom, all my friends are getting jobs, or Mom, like, I really want to make my own money. If she's like that, I'm not going to be like, no, you can't work. Like, if that's something she wants, then yes. Otherwise, we would do other things. We would take cooking classes. We would, I would try to teach her how to be that feminine woman from day one. Because why wait? She's at her youthful, prettiest, and most fertile in her 20s. So why waste that time?
So I got a question for you. So you said women's peak is from what ages?
It's like 21 to 26.
So do you think most of these women 21 to 26 can handle understand a man that's in his prime 35 to 38 and understand what that entails? Because you guys just even look at this room. Look at your guys. Look at yourselves at 21 to 25. Do you think you even understand what the perspective of a 35 to 38-year-old man is?
No.
Hell no.
So I will agree that in this society, in this generation, this day and age, we're so lost. Like this idea that I have and like where my mind is at, like I wouldn't even expect anybody to even agree with me on any like term. But
I'm happy you just said that part too.
Yeah, but it's because I feel like we have grown so far from thinking that just like tradition is only works for some people, or it's only gonna, like what we were talking about earlier, how everyone is so different and some things may not work for them, that I feel like it has changed society drastically and it has created higher divorce rates. So I do think that there's like levels. Like I would hope that we can start to like educate even just 30-year-olds and to learn more about what would work for future relationships and future families, and how to bring the nuclear family back, and how to bring fathers back in the home, how to keep them in the homes, how to keep marriages together, stop women from divorcing their husbands 90% of the time and actually fighting for their marriages and living out these long marriages. If we could start talking to our peers, then maybe we could start raising our kids to know those same values.
So I feel like I agree with you. Like, when Alex was like, oh, do you feel like you could have handled that? I feel like what we went through being in our early 20s, if we would have knew the stuff that we knew now, like if somebody like our parents would have taught us what we're trying to teach our kids now, we would have been able to handle that. But our parents were raised on survival. Like, so they taught us survival. And then when we grew up, we kind of figured it out on our own. And we figured out like, oh, we want to be more traditional. We don't want to fucking be, oh, I'm a boss bitch and I can do on my own and blah, 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 right?
But isn't that life though? Because you don't know
that
what it's like.
Life,
you don't know what it's like to be in your 30s until you're in your 30s.
Exactly. But now that we can give that knowledge to our kids.
So we're having hope. There's a lot of hope in life.
But you can tell them that, but you don't understand what it is until you have real life experience.
Yeah, but like she said, I'm going to pour this into my daughter. Now, whether she takes it, that's up to her. But that's what I'm going to pour into her. When we were kids, our mom didn't pour that into us.
But I also think this is going to get into like a whole other subject, but I also think there is so many factors in society that is fogging even. So like you guys are saying, like she could pour into her daughter all day, but her daughter is going to go and learn this from her friends or
on her own.
So yeah. I think that there is so much in society that is getting more control of our kids than we are. So I think that's the problem. So we have Hollywood, academia, we have, all these different factors that are that are raising our kids. Our kids are being raised on iPads. Our kids are being raised in public schools by, teachers. Our kids are being raised by
nannies,
all these different
daycare.
things. So we're so used to seeing that's how we're functioning now. We're like, oh, this is so unrealistic. Why don't we take back control of our kids, get them off the iPads, get them out of public schools, and start actually taking and raising and teaching our kids. When they hear that's why I'm so big on this. There is a right and there is a wrong. There is a black and white, because we can go and play this, everything might not work for everyone. We'll put them in public school, and then we'll take them to church on Sundays and hope they come out with, traditional values. That's where it gets muddy.
Are your kids homeschooled?
My kids go to private school.
Private school?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to understand, what's the difference? Because somebody's still teaching them that ain't you. So they're going to get those values. They're going to get those peers around them.
So the values, so for me, I picked a private school that values match mine. I also picked a private school that, it's not necessarily that I picked it.
Values match mine?
Yes.
Are you in a class with them?
No,
you
but
don't know
I definitely
what they're saying
know
when you ain't. You don't know if you ain't
I
there.
do know though, because I'm first of all, I do go to their class, but I also make sure that I'm aware. So of course there can be this one teacher that's like a bad teacher that's like in there saying like, oh, this is how we transition our kids. Like, of course that can be a risk, but there is a school that I vetted out, that I talked to the teachers, that I made relationships, that I text his teacher and I see the work that they're doing, and I go to the class and volunteer, and I'm very I'm a parent that's going to be proactively doing what I have to do to make sure that those values match. I talk to the other parents in the class. Like, I go on, the Facebooks and do all that I have to do. Plus, I picked a school that's not necessarily, it's brand new, started in 2020. It's very small. There's one class per grade. There's only 30 other kids. They're inside of a church sanctuary. There's not even broken up classes. Like, I did what I had to do to make sure that those values match mine. Like, could I be making a mistake? Sure. Could he be influenced by other children in that class? Sure. And I told myself that if there was ever a day where I felt like his values were not aligning with what I was teaching him, I would homeschool. So homeschool is definitely an option for me, but that's just something that I decided to stand back from in this sense.
Yeah. I've always went against. I went to private school 1 year, and of course it's easier to focus when it's not that many people around you. Yeah. But then it hurt my social skills. So once I got back into public schools, in reality, where you're going to be around people that are bad, good, all that, instead of 14 people in a class, it was tough for me.
Where did you go to private school?
I went to Hilltop Christian for 1 year. I kept getting in trouble at Dallas French, so I went to Hilltop.
So for that, I want to play.
I didn't think on my own.
I want to play devil's advocate to that. So, do you believe? Because I went to a Christian college, so and I went to school with people that grew up in Christian settings from the moment they were
mostly homeschooled, right?
Kindergarten. No, they were
private school.
Christian schools. I'm talking about this Arkansas Christianity. It's not California Christianity. It's a different level. I'm talking about Church of Christ in Arkansas. Yeah. So to play devil's advocate to that, you can pit people in those environments, but do you believe that if you put them in an environment, they can still be a totally different person because of that? So, and I've seen it in the school where they grew up so structured that once they got an ounce of freedom, they didn't know how to handle it because everything was so structured, so Christian. This is what it is. And once they seen the real world of outside of the bubble they were living in, it was like it just threw them out of whack.
They're not good at decision making.
So
they have to make too many of them.
Well, to go back to what Derek was saying, and then I'll round about to what you're saying. There's been, and again, I'm very big on like numbers and statistics, and there's been plenty of studies that say that even homeschool children are actually better in social environments than public school children, because in public schools we are taught like, be quiet, don't say this, don't do this. We're not put in different environments. It's always the same thing with the same people at the same time at the same schedule. In homeschooling we have more freedom to do things. Again, that wasn't my route. I did decide to go private school route because I can right now, and I wanted to see how that would work for my children. But they even say like people who are homeschooled, who are at home with just their siblings and just their parents, and maybe do small pods on the side like with their other homeschooled peers, that they happen to have better social skills than public school people. They also are able to, there's higher numbers in them being able to get jobs in the real world. So those numbers I've seen those numbers, and I've seen how they work, and I've seen other statistics regarding homeschooled compared to public school. So for that, I haven't been through experience like you have, and I would never take your experience away from you. But just from the numbers I see, because I like to do my research,
I would trust.
I would trust what that would show me, and I would trust the homeschool process over the public school process. Plus, we can get into all the governments and vaccines and all that negative stuff.
Yeah,
and that's where most of my stuff. But wait, to go into what Alex was saying, and then to play the devil's advocate again. A play on words is you are playing devil's advocate, because that's where it would come into play for me, is my faith. So yes, I can do everything I can possibly do to hope for the best for my children, but at the end of the day, we never know what's going to happen once they enter the real world. So there is always that spiritual factor for me, is how is the devil going to attack them? In what ways they could try alcohol for the first time and decide they want to be party animals. They could try sex for the first time and decide they want to go into sex work. There's plenty of opportunity for them to do that, but that's why it's my job now. Once they get to that point where they're going to make their own decision, then I could look at it as a failure. I could look at it as I've done everything in my power that I believe to be best for my child. So do I know what's going to happen once they reach that? No. But I know from now until then, I'm going to do everything I possibly can to bring my family back to the traditional value that I believe will work for society. And once they get to that point, they can decide if they want to do that with their kids or not.
But isn't that just parenting and all, though?
Yeah. Because I was going to say, I went to a private school, kindergarten all the way to 4th grade, and then I went to public school, and none of that changed really.
I was just gonna say the same thing.
I didn't really date until mid high school.
Yeah,
and then I didn't have sex until. Okay, it was 16. But my mom, high school. But my mom did make me she was strict on me. I was, I had to get good grades. If I wasn't playing a sport, I had to do something involved in the school. So it comes from parenting. Yes, the schools change and stuff, but it starts at the home in general. So the kids can go. You can go to a private school. They can go out to the real world or whatever, and life's changed. But it starts on the parenting and the household and how they were raised. I
just believe in exposing kids to the reality more than hoping that they could take what I taught them and decipher between them.
But I think I purposely went to Freedom and Oakley School District because my mom did not want me to go to Antioch or Deer Valley.
Yeah.
So
I want to kind of feed off of what Ashley said. So when I was in elementary school, I went to a Catholic elementary school from kindergarten to 4th, 5th grade. Then I came out here, and not only was it me, I'm the type of, I think it's really like a personality or a person thing, because I'm more of a better learner when it is a smaller environment.
Same here.
So that the Catholic school worked for me. It didn't defer me from my social skills or anything, because I'm a social person, but I'm not a social person at the same time. So when I went to a public school, first of all, coming out here, it was the culture shock for sure, because I went to school in the city and it was just Asian and black people. So when I came out here, it was predominantly white, so I just felt outcast, and I felt like I needed to just fit in that part. So that made me, I'm already not, like I said, I'm a social, but I'm not a social person. So I want to fit in, but at the same time, I'm still going to do me. You're not going to bully me. You know what I mean? So that part didn't really affect me, but the learning part, I was advanced because I had that more one-on-one time.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You know what I mean? But I feel like it's a personality thing, because my mom was strict on me, but I wasn't a hoe in high school. I lost my virginity 17, was with that man for 3 years. And if he would have acted right, I would have been here for the rest of my life. So it wasn't, I don't think that what you instill in your kids, you can instill that as much as you want. But if your kid is just that person that, I need to venture out and I need to try all these different things, that's just what they are.
Yeah, I'm just speaking on the people I know that have done the private school all the way up to high school, or myself doing it, and me being in class with these kids that are in private school that are socially awkward.
Yeah.
The shit I'm talking about, they don't understand because they ain't experienced. They've been with these same kids from kindergarten up.
Also, too, I will say, my private school, it was a little ratchet, so you know what I mean.
That's different. I went to a 7-day Adventist. I'm not a church dude. I'm not religious at all. So I'm seeing they not prepared. So some of them transfer to Deer Valley with me. They're by themselves. They looking crazy. They don't know who to talk to. While me, I done been through that already.
On the spiritual level, I think that's the devil that's deceiving us to believe that they're awkward. I believe that they're set apart from.
I don't believe in all that
world.
though. So I
went to Catholic school from kindergarten to the end of high school. I went to St. Leo in Oakland from kindergarten to 8th grade. Then I switched from one Catholic school in Oakland to another one, to St. Lawrence O'Toole, Then I went to Bishop O'Dowd in Oakland. So all those are all Catholic schools, but they're all black Catholic schools. So I was still with, like, I don't have that social awkwardness because I'm probably the most social person I know. Like, I was
There's
cool
other factors, of course.
Yeah.
But like I said, it
Sports,
depends though.
Black people in your school and all
I
that.
said
It does
that to say, though,
depend.
that my kids started in the same school that I was at. They went there for 3 or 4 years, only for me and my wife to be like, this ain't for them. Like, it's not doing the same thing for them that it did for us. And they would benefit more from a public school type of setting that allows a little bit more freedom in who they are, and for them to allow that growth and you know what I mean, the difference between people to coexist. So they benefit more from that as opposed to me. I needed to be in that situation where I was around all black people that's trying to do something and play basketball, and it had to be a certain schedule. I couldn't have no freedom. I was going to do something I was
So here's a little bit of a difference. So you went to Catholic school, right?
Yeah.
But you still had Oakland around you when you weren't at school, right?
It was in Oakland, so
There you go.
At all times.
That's what I'm saying. It's other factors.
So I'm speaking of differences, like where I went to school, that's it's Dry County, church, everything, Church of Christ. So you don't even have that different environment when you're outside of school. So it's like a whole different perspective. And that's where I really was like, that's why I was kind of glad I went somewhere else different. Cause I was like, damn, when you go different areas, perspective, that's why I say perspective is everything. Cause like what we thought was normal when we were 19, 20 is not normal there. And it's just, it's a whole different world.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, they went to high school, they didn't even have prom. It was church. Bro, I'm telling you.
Sign me up, but my
it was
kid.
different.
Tell me where to put my kid.
It was different.
Arkansas.
Right.
But, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's different, but I just feel like at the same time, when you put people in such a protected environment, you hurt them in the long run. Because when they get older, you're 21, 22, you've never seen the other side of the world. You're like, whoa, shit.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I think that
I want to really tread lightly on my words because
Don't tread lightly.
because I don't want us to. I don't want people to come after us. But as of the world today, what they are exposing to our children today, and I'm pretty sure all of us can agree that we don't agree with it, right? So
Just everything in general?
not everything in general, but I'm saying certain specific things, right? So you are exposing your kids to that, and now they're confused.
But that's why that's kind of why I made the point of like, we keep having this mindset of like for example, what did he say?
This is beard.
Something about like it's hurting like if it's too protected, it's hurting them. But I feel like if that was the case and we're doing things like giving more freedom, how is that helping anything? And if society is literally showing us that we're drowning in fucking terrible.
I will say it's
like, are you
society
guys
now
not
is
seeing,
way too open.
Like,
It's
are we
way
not
too
seeing
open.
how fucking society is terrible right now in
Yeah.
all
I mean,
aspects?
It's testing your teaching.
That comes to
In all
parenting,
aspects.
though. You
But
got to step up your
exactly.
parenting
So
game.
I
Literally
feel like-
the point.
so I feel like
that's
so
why we protect them.
my coworker-
as tight as we have to, because
But-
the world is fucking insane right
But
now.
You
that's
just
when
got to
the
be
kids
willing to have
rebel. Like,
open and
you do
honest
have-
conversations.
You do have kids that rebel and I'm not listening to my mom, and then go do whatever.
So
the
I
fuck they
feel
wanna
like
do.
so my coworker, for example, she has all girls or whatever, and she is very real when it comes to her children. Like, to an extent, they're young.
Yeah, I was gonna say I still don't even agree with that.
But I mean, like, she's very protective of like the world. You know what I mean? She doesn't want them to be exposed to too much stuff. But at the same time, she has conversations with them in a very like kid friendly way. You know what I mean? So I feel like when you're saying like you have to protect them from everything, and then what Alex is saying, like, okay, but they need to be able to handle real life. I feel like there's a balance, there's a middle ground where you can where you can let them know like these are the type of age appropriate. You know what I mean? When they get to the ages, be more open.
I definitely think there is a balance, but it's very thin.
It is very
because
thin.
then, like she brought up rebellion. In my head, they're gonna rebel when they start to even know that this whatever thing exists. So we're having conversations, planting that.
So what I'm
this
saying,
thing
like,
exists.
so when they
now
get
they're gonna rebel.
when they get to middle school, they're gonna start learning about sex. So you have that sex
Right.
because we know we didn't have that sex conversation with our mom.
Yeah.
That comes
So,
with parenting.
so
They
we
see it
learned that
before
shit in the
middle school
streets.
nowadays,
Right.
so.
And when I said like personality traits, when I learned it in the streets, I wasn't a hoe when I found out about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But other girls were.
The society is
So-
so different, though.
It is so
Like,
different.
Raising kids now versus raising kids when we were kids, it's not the same.
It's not the same. Kids are way more
Advanced.
like followers now
Yeah.
than when we were kids. We were like,
They
nah,
have
we ain't fucking with
more
that.
resources.
Well, there's a lot more
No, you
open
should.
information.
You should expose them, but I feel like you as a parent, it's your job to expose them in the right way.
Not
Yeah.
society's.
That
Not
comes with knowing your
society.
kid, though.
That's society.
Yeah.
for sure.
That
It
comes
is,
with
it
knowing
does.
your kid, their personality.
Yeah, like I said,
and
because
by
we-
knowing them, when is the right time to have that? But that just, to me, that comes as you.
I feel
stepping
like at the
up
right
as a
time,
parent.
like you know what kids are exposed to right now. You know that it's a lot of like gay and homophobic stuff that's being on cartoons.
Mm-hmm.
So if your child is in the classroom and she's like, oh yeah, well this kid is he goes by he, she, or she don't got no fucking pronouns, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna have to have that talk with your kid at an earlier age, kid appropriate. But you're gonna have to have that conversation more earlier than you would at high school, because when we were in high school, that's when we found out about like that type of stuff.
But you know, the crazy thing about it is that's the same thing they said about black people, about having black people in cartoons and stuff like that. I'm not saying I'm pro gay or any. I just say people do what they do. I'm not really. I don't get into it. I'm not gay, so it's not really my business. That's
Yeah.
how I look at it. Of course, you have to have those conversations because that is a real world matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm like, it is kind of our business when we
I
start
just-
raising our kids.
I mean, my whole thing is how to feel about it. It's not really my business because I'm not gay.
No, but I'm just saying, like, you're raising your kid in this
Yeah,
world.
you're
mean,
raising your
and
kids,
at
so
the
you
end
got to
of-
tell them that that's out there. But at the end of the day, what they're attracted to, they're gonna be attracted to.
Yeah, but
At
I
the
mean,
end of
it's,
the
it's
day.
your job to kind of.
Yeah. But you gotta, that's me as far as saying stepping up as a parent, as you having those conversations with them. So they, at the end of the day, you take information just like the Bible. You take the Bible for what it is for you. The Bible is up for interpretation. So you give them the information, they're gonna interpret it for what they believe it to be. So if you had those conversations, you brought it up to them, then you did your job. At the end of the day, you're gonna learn off real world experience. I mean, there's gonna be what my parents told me. Just like how many times does something happen, you'd be like, damn, my dad told me. There's so many times in my life where I'm like, my dad told me that was gonna happen. I just had to learn on my own.
You learn from making a mistake,
Right.
Outside of a controlled environment.
Exactly. So that's all I'm saying is you step as a parent, you put it out there. It's up for them to take it how they interpret it. And yes, there is you have to be. I feel like you have to be a more involved parent now because there is a bigger wealth of information out that can be taken and misconstrued. It's out there, so you have to understand that and explain that to your kids.
Well, I think it's like middle school age right now. It's like, I don't know, a high percentage of young girls between the ages of like 13 and 16 that are like actively, or not actively, what's the word? They're like suicidal, basically. Mm-hmm. So there's like it's like high like 80% of girls between these ages are like have suicidal thoughts. Mm-hmm. So if we just look at that statistic alone, it's like, why, right? What is it causing? So then, and you brought up the idea of like, or you brought up like how there's a wealth of information and where does that come from? And basically what I'm getting at is it's an internet thing, right?
It has
So
hella more resources.
internet has basically changed so much.
Oh, hell yeah,
And
hell yeah.
with social media and with just, YouTube and all these different
YouTube
things.
is really the biggest one.
Yeah, and then he had questioned me like, okay, well, yeah, you could put them in private school, but you still don't really know what they're being taught. But it's like, what are the chances that they're being taught what is being taught in public schools by people who have no values or have less values or have different values or don't even pretend to align with my values? So it's like we're throwing our kids out there playing chance instead of having the protective control and just saying like, at least let me have a stern hand on what is being fed to my kids until they're of age to be able to maturely make those, decisions. It could be 14, it could be 16, it could be 18, but at least we know our kid enough to be like, okay, they can handle this information now. They can handle this environment now. They can go and play sports with the public school kids or whatever the case may be in different families. That part I can see giving some leverage, but we're throwing our kids in private school. We're giving them the iPads, and then we're wondering why our daughters want to kill themselves at 14. The numbers are there, the facts are there. We're just playing dice and we're just saying, hey, hope we get a 7 or 11. Let's hope we do that. That's more of having hope than me saying, let me instill my kids with all of this value that I think is going to be beneficial for them in their life and then give it to God once they get to of age. Whereas instead of you guys want to be like, well, let's put them in public schools and hope that they don't teach them about all these things we don't have, we don't think is value for them. Or let's hope they leave it to the parents to teach them. Like, why are we playing chance with them so young? That's my thing.
I feel like at the end of the day, whether they go to private school or public school, because you don't know where the private school kid's household is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So once you send your kid to school, you have no control. You know what I mean?
That's my point.
So, but I feel like on her, to back her up, at least she's trying. At least
I get what she's saying.
Yeah, so at least she's like, oh, well, I looked into this school. It seems like everything is A1.
Yeah.
But she can't control like what the kids are talking about at school, what the households are.
And don't get me wrong.
If she's a black and white person, it's straight homeschool. It ain't I'm hoping this person could do this. No,
Wait,
you
I
said
mean,
that you
but
black and white,
but let me.
You don't think so?
Wait, listen.
You gotta homeschool the kids though, right?
Yeah, but I feel like.
Or somebody else is gonna cloud their mind. If you don't like public school, you don't know what they teach in every day in private school.
Yeah, but she believes in private. She believes in private school right now.
You believing in it, so it's blind faith.
Yeah, but you can believe in homeschool, and your kid can still go out there and be reckless.
If it's your teaching and they seeing you only every day.
But homeschool, like you and Alex were saying, or maybe Alex more, like it's such a controlled structure, they're gonna rebel. So she could still have a rebellious ass kid with homeschooling.
You can have a rebellious kid in anything.
Regardless, right?
Yeah. Okay. But if you're homeschooling them, you know what's going on and what you're teaching.
Yes.
You don't have to worry about nobody.
But they still gonna go outside one day.
No, but
they're gonna go outside anyway.
No, you guys are saying the same thing.
Yeah, you're saying the same thing.
So Sorry. But so because I am a black and white person, you could say, why aren't you just homeschooling then, right? That's what he's saying. Is like, because I'm such a black and white, I believe yes or no. My thing is, there's other aspects to that as well. I did try the public school. My son went to public school in kindergarten from, I think it was August until February. A lot, like I'm talking about, to me, it was a God thing because God showed me why I needed to take my kid out of public school so early, right away. So there was like, I'm talking about red flag after red flag after red flag. So immediately I knew that was confirmation for me in a spiritual way. So I took him out. I had the option. Should I homeschool or should I put, or in private school? Again, it was a God thing. I had received an email saying that we were on the wait list and that we got called and we were next and they had an opening immediately as soon as I knew I was pulling my kid. So for me, it was a matter of factors of God confirming for me. So that's what made it black or white for me. Now we can look into the logistics of things again. And so me, I have my faith, and I don't like to call it religious, but let's just for the sake of the show, I'm a religious person, and I have very strong beliefs politically, societally, and all that. Right? My husband, not so much. My husband would probably agree with you guys more than anything.
He wants them to get the
public
experience,
school,
like they need to be ready for
even when it comes to like diversity and like all that stuff. Right? He wants that, but. We had that conversation. He respected where I was coming from. He seen how important it was to me. So we made the decision to go private school. But that was also because another factor was that because he doesn't have as strong beliefs in these things as me, I felt it was important for my kids to get that also from somewhere else. So the leader of our home isn't leading in a religious or political way. So for me, it was like, okay, well, let me try private school so they can also get that from somewhere else other than just me. So it's not me just like boom, 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 boom. So my husband wasn't offering that to them in the same manner that I thought would be beneficial to my kids. So we said, okay, let's do the public school thing. And then we'll see how this works out. If everything aligns, we'll leave them there. If it doesn't, we'll homeschool. So there was just that aspect to that as well. That was like the main thing for me. It was like, okay, well, we're not necessarily going to church every Sunday. We're not necessarily doing everything I would like to do. We're not praying before dinner. We're not praying at night, like, as a family. So if I can put them in this school where they're seeing that done on a wide level, then it would balance out my teachings. So that was why I ended up going the private school also route rather than homeschool. But it's still very black and white because you can say I don't know what they're teaching, but I feel like I'm very familiar with that. I feel like I have confidence in what they are teaching my kid. I feel like I have a good relationship with the teacher. We're on texting terms. So I feel like I do have that. I do know what they're teaching my kid. So I think that level of confidence in the school allowed me to look at that as a black or white thing.
And she's seen a difference in her kid.
immensely. Like you said, though, when you have the smaller classes, they tend to pay more attention. So there's a lot of things. I mean, I don't want to spend an hour on homeschooling and private
I was going to say we could wrap it up so we can. That
was why I am so big on seeing things for black and white. Again, is there factors? Yes, there are other factors. Do my kids still watch kids YouTube on the iPad? Of course. Does he still have Disney Plus? Yes, there is still things that leak through. I'm not 100% perfect in keeping my kid in a full bubble. But for the most part, I try to monitor, and I do try to do what I feel is best for my kids, because I think that it will increase their level of wisdom and knowledge and faith that will lead them to want to continue the traditional lifestyle, because I think it will benefit. Even if it might not, that's still a factor, but I think it will.
So there is a gray area, is what you're saying.
No.
I mean, you just said that.
That's all I was trying to have her get at.
You see, there is a gray area.
But what part of that? Okay, so tell me what part of that was the gray area.
It's all hope. You're all hoping.
The gray area.
No, the gray area would be me putting them in public school and going to church and hoping for the best. I'm doing 100% one thing.
The gray area is
100% would be you teaching them everything. That's 100.
The gray area.
Well, I guess we see that differently then, because I don't think that's because I literally because I'm looking at private school and homeschool as equal. So I'm going to be teaching them what they're teaching them, and I make sure of that.
Right.
They're teaching him what I would be teaching him, so I'm making sure of that. I wouldn't put him in any private school. I'm going to put him in private school that would be the same. So if you're saying it's because it's another adult there, that's not gray area.
That's
because
a factor. Somebody else teaching your kids something else.
I was more speaking on the gray area as fact as you put them in private school and with your belief and everything you talk to them, but there's still that gray area of their perspective of how they take it.
Oh, well, I mean, that's beyond my control. That's not a gray area.
But that is a gray area.
I guess.
Because it's not black and white would mean if he said...
I can't force them to think one way or another way.
If he said this wall was 10 foot tall and he'd be like, you know what? Let me look at it because from this angle it looks a little bit different. That's a gray area. It's not black and white.
I think that's perspective. I don't think perspective is gray area.
Perspective is gray area.
No, because
perspective is reality of how you see it.
No, perspective is your perspective. It's not reality.
It's your reality.
But I don't believe in your reality.
Because say as far as running a business, is every business ran the same?
No.
Okay, and why is that? Because it's a different perspective of how people
it's a different business.
Business should be run. Is every restaurant the same?
If there was a Walmart and a Target, I'm pretty sure they have a lot of stuff that overlap. And
is every restaurant the same?
I'm pretty sure I'm going to Target.
Right. Is every restaurant the same?
No.
No. Why? Because there's a different perspective of how people think a restaurant should be ran.
Yeah, and they're different restaurants.
Okay, different. Is every burger joint the same? Is McDonald's the same as In-N-Out?
But what are you getting at?
Because there's a perspective of how you feel business is run and what's more important to you. Because for McDonald's, it's all about the price, but In-N-Out is about the quality of the food.
Not necessarily reality.
How is it not? Because that's his reality of how the restaurant should be ran.
But that's where that live my truth bullshit comes in.
It's not live my truth bullshit. It's literally a difference of how people see of how they should run it. So if you ask the owner of In-N-Out and McDonald's how you feel a business is going to be ran, they going to say the same thing? No, because they value a different perspective of what's more important. McDonald's is the price. For In-N-Out, it's the quality of the food.
I understand what you're saying. I still don't understand where you're going with it, though.
I'm saying there's a different perspective and there's a gray area as far as
But are you saying like at the end
of the there's a right and a wrong. Whether it's different it doesn't matter. So
how's there a right and a wrong?
If McDonald's and Burger King are running businesses, yes, there's probably different inner loops between how they did their taxes or how they made the hamburger. However, there's still a right way. They couldn't use a hot dog to make the hamburger. Like there's still a right way and a wrong way. Like it's still
you can't make a hot dog a hamburger.
No, I'm saying how is there? There's a different way you cook a burger. It's not the right way.
Okay,
but they all taste different.
Yeah, because I might put it on the grill and somebody else might cook it a different way.
You're still making a hamburger.
There is a gray area because the perspective of how you see it should be done.
Literally, we're not clones. We're not robots. So
but if everything's black and white and we see the same, that means we are clones because we have the same perspective and the same mind.
The goal is going to be the same. The goal is going to be the same. Do we want happy, healthy children that are thriving in relationships in life?
Okay.
That's the black. How we get there is the white. There's nothing in between because there's going to be...
How's there nothing in between if there's different paths?
I think so. Wait, Alex, are you saying like her? So her.
Do we all not want happy, healthy children?
Right. So
okay.
So, but
what is happy? Your
I was just gonna say.
Your
so is your
happy, healthy could be different than somebody else's.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at.
But I don't understand how that doesn't...
happy and healthy for somebody could be like, I need kids that have to be athletic. You're just like, I just need kids that are healthy.
But we're just talking about they're happy then.
The kids?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or whoever.
So their happy could be is one's could say, I want to be good at playing an instrument. The other one could be different.
I think where we're talking past each other is the logistics.
Yeah.
All logistics are going to be different. Like you guys keep
But
saying
that's a
this
gray
whole time.
area.
Okay, well then there is gray area.
Okay,
we
that's
can
all.
agree
That's
to
all I was
disagree.
looking for.
I will disagree.
I'm just saying
We
there's
can
different
agree to
areas because
disagree
there's
on that.
different ways.
I will
Okay.
agree to disagree because I truly believe there's right and wrong way. That's why I believe in the Bible. I believe the Bible is the right way and everything outside of that is the wrong way.
Okay, we'll agree to disagree on that one, guys.
Yeah.
Next question for the guys.
more?
Yeah.
There's just this is the last question. This is the last question.
Yeah, I was like, let's wrap it up.
What traits in a man? I guess this is kind of for the women. What traits in a no? It's for the men. What traits in a man should a woman be looking for when looking for a husband?
I thought we didn't talked about that.
No, we talked about what are y'all?
What should I be
look
looking for in a man?
What advice, basically?
Yeah, give
So
us advice.
what is something I would tell
Your daughter.
my daughter?
Yeah.
First off, look for a leader. I don't want you following somebody who's following everybody. It doesn't
Everyone,
have
but
his own
everyone's leader
perspective.
looks different.
So I have a
Yeah.
question too, though.
Look,
That's okay.
Are you?
Are
Are
you
you
just taking
guys?
a shot at my boy?
I'm trying to figure it out because there's no right and wrong. It's all gray. So.
When I say a leader,
let's move on
no.
to Brina.
When I'm saying leader, I'm saying somebody who
How
has a
not
path and
moving
a plan
on.
for y'all,
Yeah.
and go with that. And also, another thing I would want in a man, same thing. You got to be a confident man. I need you to make, and you got to also be. How would I put this? It's kind of tough. I need you to be confident.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really big on the loyal side of things, like everybody would say. I'm serious.
So you
When I say loyal, I'm talking
that
about
goes into my
Talk about
next.
respect. Respect. not
respect.
loyalty.
Okay.
Definitely respect her.
Okay.
So yeah. That's
So
that's
are
pretty
you
much it.
gonna tell your daughter every man cheats? So
I'm gonna tell her
expect
to
your
be
man
open
cheat?
that this man ain't just about to mess with you forever.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie to him. Like if you see me now, I talk to my kids a different way most people would. But I'm just
So you would tell her that if a man cheats on you, you don't need to leave him.
hell no. I'm gonna tell them you can't. You have the choice to leave. If you stay, this is what come with staying.
Yeah.
Repeat actions. You got to be ready for that. So yeah, I keep it real with them.
Repeat actions, but you.
If you cheat, if this man cheats and you caught him, it can happen again. If
Okay.
you're not ready for that, then leave.
Okay.
But if you cool with it and not letting it be exposed, keep it going.
But if every man cheats, she's just gonna be adding bodies.
I didn't say every man cheats. Hell no. I said his
Okay.
brother didn't cheat. No,
Okay.
no.
Okay.
I said every
Okay.
man probably wants to deal with somebody
Okay.
else, but every man doesn't act on it. Self-control. That's what I
So
said.
are you, would you
Gotcha.
would you tell her to look for that man that doesn't cheat,
If that.
or to be, or like what's the actual?
I'm not controlling my kids at all when it
Well,
comes
he
to that.
said like if you can handle him cheating, stay with him.
Yeah.
But if you
I'm
can't,
just-
then
I'm-
yeah, probably go look for the man. That
So if she thinks she can and she tries it and then she's fucking
and
terribly
it doesn't happen,
broken.
I already told you. So my advice that I told you actually happened, and you chose to do your own thing, which most kids do. They do the opposite. Because I can say how I was raised my whole life. My mom literally didn't steer me wrong at all. I made my own decisions, and I fucked up, and I learned from it. And I'm like, I always go back kind of what he said, like, damn, my mom just told me that, or my uncle just told me that. I kind of just like to let them live in more a real, when I say real world, I don't know how y'all take it. It's just, it's bad people, it's good people, funny people. It's all type of people, and you got to be able to deal with them. So I want you to be able to network through it all and maneuver through everything. It's going to be people that cheat on you. I don't know anybody who ain't been cheated on. So it's reality. So I'm preparing you to be cheated on. You're going to get your heart broke. I just told my nephew this last week. He got a girl, 17. I'm like, hey, man, you know, you going off to college, she going off to college. It's a possibility of this happening. And it's a possibility of you doing it and not talk to them about drugs. Most people don't talk about drugs. Don't talk about music. Don't talk about what's real. I'm like, when you go out to these proms or these parties, you're going to hear this bad music. You're going to see people using drugs. So if I told you about it and how bad it is, I did my job. But you always going to make your own decision. Like everybody here has made a bad decision that their parent didn't teach them. More so reality.
What is that?
I think Lana needs to unplug from the fucking Bluetooth. Lord.
That's what that-
But I think so I think too it's the way we perceive like cheating, because you said I'm not big on the whole loyalty thing, and I think that men who cheat aren't necessarily unloyal. I think it's so, like, for example, if my husband cheated on me 4 times, 5 times, whatever it is, I feel like his loyalty is because he's coming back to me.
And he's still making sure home is right.
So that's your perspective.
Yeah, because I was about to
No
say,
gray
or
areas.
maybe he just knows that this
No
person
gray-
ain't going nowhere.
I just had to ask.
This person ain't going nowhere, so I'm
Yeah.
comfortable and I can keep taking advantage of this.
I mean, that's the character of the man. If she wants to pick a man with bad character, that's her choice or the person's
But cheating
choice.
is pretty common. Like we said, we've all been
But
cheated
that's
on.
what I'm saying is I think I don't want to use this word, but I'm going to use it for the sake. I think it is more acceptable for men to step out and come back. But again, the character, like the judgment that the woman makes of the man, is he still, doing what he's supposed to do for home, providing, protecting, loving me, meeting my needs, being, when I'm emotional, helping me through those things. If he's doing all those things and his character outweighs him stepping out, I don't think that cheating should be held against his character.
Yeah,
so I would
okay.
still consider that man a loyal man, even if he steps out.
So you're preparing your kids to.
Well, I'm not saying that I'm
No,
preparing
I'm just
them
giving
that,
an
but
example.
that's just-
kind of what I heard you say, to be submissive, nurturing, and all that, right? And then you don't want them to leave marriages. You want them
Correct.
to stick it out.
Correct.
So what happens in those marriages? You kind of blocking it out and saying, no, this is what you were born to do. You're born to.
So
be
that's where it gets into why I would be so not strict, but I would be very stern on what I teach them values wise, because I would hope that they would make good decisions in the people they choose to marry.
Okay.
So if they're picking the right person, then yes, I would tell them to fight through anything. Now, if they're being beaten to like a pulp every Sunday night, or he is like chronically cheating where he's bringing her back STDs and having 10 other families, obviously I would be like, okay, these are means for, you to leave, or if, any abuse for kids, period.
Yeah.
But I'm saying as far as other things, like, again, a man stepping out once, twice, here and
just
Don't
there.
leave. If your husband
No.
cheats, comes back, nothing wrong.
Depends
you find
on
out.
how
If he's
No,
taking
I'm just saying
yeah.
an example.
And if he's
no
taking-
cheating. Let's keep the core right. Let's
And
keep the
if-
family right
Yeah.
He's
intact.
taking
Okay.
care of home.
I'm in it for the long run.
You are traditional because that's what they used to do in the 60s, 70s, even
Yeah.
some of the 80s. They
Yeah.
wouldn't leave. If you hear people now, I got boys with
But there's
kids the same
respect
age
that I would
as
still
them.
expect. Like if he's humiliating her and he's like, there's levels to respect.
Disrespecting, yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess that would be the gray area.
The gray
in that
area. Okay,
section.
I was gonna say.
There are
I mean,
gray
it was
areas
sitting
there. We
right
all
there.
agree. There's
It
gray
sounded like
areas.
there's a gray area there.
I'm not agreeing.
I'm just saying it was coming right
I
to
was,
me.
I was just asking. I was
Yeah.
just asking.
But yeah.
I did feel it. I did.
So I think that when you said like you don't really necessarily agree with loyalty, I think that's, I don't want to say a bad perspective, but I think that's like a different perspective that I don't think you should say I don't believe in loyalty. I think you should say loyalty is different for men and women.
I just
Because
think
if
when you
you-
go out of town and you fuck around on your significant other, that's not being loyal to them when you were going. So
But I
find
just,
that
yeah.
unloyal.
Okay.
That's
Well,
it.
I guess for me, if a man goes out on a trip and he sleeps around, but he comes home and he takes care of business, he's very loyal to me.
If the girl do the same thing, she's still loyal.
It's different for men and
That's
women.
that
Women should
delusion.
not cheat
I
at
don't-
all.
That's that delusion.
But I feel
that's
like,
delusion right
but I
there.
feel like if the man is doing it every time he goes
Wait.
out, like
No, it don't matter.
Wait,
I'm
wait,
just
wait.
saying.
But I'm curious on what's the delusion, because I don't agree that men and women are equal or the same in any aspect of life. So women should not be able to cheat at all, period. They should never have sex with another man. And if they have sex with another man, they are unloyal.
But the man isn't.
Correct.
All right, that's your perspective.
Yeah.
My bad. That's the wrong word to use on this podcast. that's how you think.
So Dom, go ahead and answer.
No, perspective is big.
What is it? What traits in a man should a woman be looking for when looking for a husband?
I don't know if I would necessarily call it a trait, but I would just tell, like for my daughter, for instance, always tell her to watch how people treat her when they're not necessarily doing or feeling the best. So when shit is not how they would want it to be necessarily, which is most people's lives 90% of the time, how are you treated when I ain't got as much money as I want to have, or the day didn't go how I wanted to go, or whatever the case may be? Are you still respected? Are you still treated the same way? Or is they somebody that's like, well, we had this disagreement, now I'm taking everything from you? Or, you know what I mean? Am I throwing this in your face? Or how are you treated? Like I said, when stuff is not going by the book or according to plan or how we mapped it out, how are you perceived? Are you talked down on, or are you still supported in that way, or that led you to be there? And if you are, especially when times aren't good, then that lets you know that person generally, when you gain a little weight, do they still love you, or is it, you know, like how are you perceived? So that stuff matters. So even with my daughter, when her brother or somebody gets mad at her, I'll just be like, okay, that's cool, but listen, how did they treat you? How did they talk to you? Even if they were mad, how did you deal with that? Or, you know, what
that's a character.
Came from that.
Good character.
Because that's what it's going to be all about. Because I'm not going to be there to see everything, and everything you tell me, I know that I'm only getting one half or one perspective of a story. So how did you feel, what actually happened? If, like you said, okay, if he did this and that, did he still pay the bills? Is your light still on? Do you still got gas in your, like, you know, are you still taken care of? Because that's what, to me, is going to matter. That tells me more than anything, more than one outlier situation or one whatever is that. Yeah. So when shit not going right, how is things going to rock out at the end?
Character and consistency.
Yeah.
Period.
Alex, what you talking about?
For me, I would say the biggest trait and it's not like a foolproof reality, but I would say, look how he treats the other women in his life and how he values them. His mom, his aunties, his cousins, his female relationships.
I don't really agree with that.
I'm not saying it's a 100% thing.
Because I know a lot of mama's boys that ain't shit.
I mean, but nothing is 100% true.
And I'm the opposite, because my mom abandoned me when I was younger, and I'm super against, like, I'm super respectful and super because of that. So.
But that's just for me.
But that would kind of prove what he's saying.
I'm not saying it's 100% thing though, but I would just, if you want to put yourself in those shoes as a woman relationship is life, see how he treats and values other women that he knows. And I'm not saying it's 100% thing, because nothing is. At the end of the day, there's people that look a certain way or act a certain way, and they're not that person. But at least see, like, okay, how does he treat? How does he value him? What do you think about women? Get to that part of him, and then try to put yourself in those shoes. Now, it's nothing's 100%, but I would say just, you know, if this is a guy that you like, see how his other relationships are with women. Can he have, even if it's like he has female friends, like, does he understand a platonic relationship? Maybe not.
You'll notice patterns, is what you're
That's
saying.
What I'm saying.
You'll definitely notice patterns.
That's all I'm saying.
And
I feel you on that. That's the way I look at women, how they talk to their moms. And you see some people hella disrespectful to their mom. Right. So
or you feel like if there's a man and he has no positive female relationship in his lifestyle, you might have to double think that. Like, why is that? Why you're not cool with your mom? Your aunties aren't cool. You don't have a female friend that you're cool with. Like, why? So I'm not saying that's 100% thing. Nothing is.
Here goes GT.
Nothing.
Do you feel like this female friendship is important? Like,
oh my god,
you don't like people with female. You don't like your man with female friends?
No,
that's crazy.
So if they were friends before you came around, what's the issue?
Because at the end of the day, a man wants to fuck a woman and a woman wants to fuck a man.
No,
but that's not all.
So do you have male friends you never fucked?
Yep.
Okay, I have female friends I never fucked too.
So it's an open double standard.
No, it ain't a double standard, because I feel like if I wanted to fuck them, they would fuck me.
But you can play that game all day, any day, though.
But if it doesn't happen, it just doesn't happen.
Yeah, because nobody crossed that line. But at the end of the day, at one point of y'all friendship, somebody thought that. Whether they crossed the line or not, somebody thought that. So that
people think about fucking people all the time that they don't cross and do.
Me and Melanie have never thought about fucking each other ever.
Are you gay?
No. I'm saying
that's the point.
That's the point. So that's a real friendship.
What?
Men and women are put on this earth to fuck each other and procreate.
Not all of each
I would
other.
have to cut off my best friend to deal with you. Like a man would have to cut off his female best friend.
So I've grown and I've evolved.
That's all I want to hear.
I will accept it, but you not spending out of her house. Y'all not about to go on dates.
I didn't say all that. I just said a female friend.
That's what I'm saying to my extent. Like,
if y'all real friends,
not about to be going on motherfucking dates and shit, talking about, we about to go eat. Well, why I can't join?
If y'all real friends,
y'all not best friends,
and y'all respect each other's boundaries, then that would never be an issue.
No, you ain't going on dates with nobody else.
Yeah, I agree with Alex. Like, I think that friendships can be
strictly platonic.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
I'm not saying they can't be. I don't
necessarily. I don't think that men and women were designed to be friends.
No,
I think they were designed to procreate.
Attracted to each other.
However, I do believe, like, if we are creatures that can hold them strong boundaries, and I tend to like to bring my guy friends around my husband. So if it can be a mutual thing and there's respect, then it can play out. But
So I got a question. Let's play a
still
question
a line
to
that can be.
Do you
crossed.
believe a female friend can give a man a woman's perspective without
hating? No,
no, not without hating, but just without it being no sexual feelings, so you can get a real opinion from a woman based on what you.
I think that's based off the character of the woman, so it would be situational.
So if the woman is like, she never thought about crossing that line with the man, then yeah, I feel like she can give you a platonic.
Well, what you gonna do? Ask her?
Is it based on?
No, but I'm saying,
is it based on looks too? Does it matter how the girl looks? Because if it's some like big sloppy girl you don't went to school with, and he ain't attracted to her, he can go over there and go on dates with her.
No, because we know that men can fuck. I know that men have standards. I know that men have standards.
No, we can't. Y'all have a lot better accessibility than we do.
Y'all have standards, but y'all will fuck a 3.
No, I will not.
From a 1 to a 10.
I will not.
So
we not fucking no 3.
I'm not knocking no 3 down.
But wait,
so
you said
90%.
we grow and change. I was hella young.
Okay, but I'm saying now in our
it's
adulthood,
under 7, it's bad.
now in our adulthood, like she was saying,
I'm not fucking nobody. I have a best friend. She looks good. I done been over there, kicked it with her. I done went out to dinner. She met my girl. We done kicked it. She cooked for us, and not kick it with her on my own. There's nothing going on there.
So I strongly believe that if you never thought about that, she has. Because you are an attractive man.
You can think whatever you want. If you ain't doing nothing,
that's just nature.
That's the gray area.
That's nature.
Is that an insecurity at all?
And it's not an insecurity. It's
I'm just
facts.
asking. Would that be like an insecurity? Like you don't trust a man
Because
with
if
him?
she asked you,
It's
would you?
No, hell
You wouldn't.
No.
But
Hell
that's
no.
you. But
Hell no.
you don't know if that ever crossed her mind.
I have fucked that up so much growing up.
But
like,
what if
fucking
you
my
what if you
friends.
tried?
She would say the same thing.
How do you know that? 100%. You don't know.
Nobody knows anything. 100%.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So that's cool. But
that's what I'm saying.
So you just going off that. It's a possibility.
It
can never happen in 40 years. But the thought of it is bad.
It's facts. You said she's attractive.
Hell yeah, she's
so
attractive.
whatever reason besides attraction.
You know, it's a possibility. There's
another reason
shot right now.
There's a reason besides attraction that you wouldn't fuck her. But if it was based on just attraction, you would fuck her.
You're fucking.
No.
Bro, I mean, we're just talking about possibilities. You can play that game and spit it in so many circles.
Literally, that's my point.
No, I'm talking about being cool.
You can say all that, but that doesn't mean that's the right or wrong way.
Why?
But you never know,
It's
though.
how we met.
But why?
We met
But
through
if we're
somebody.
platonic,
I was messing with somebody that was a
platonic
friend.
friends.
And we ended up talking. We became really good
So because
friends.
of the friend that you met, the friend that you was messing with, it was already just a respect of like, oh, I came because I messed with the friend.
I messed with her friend before. So
Okay,
we
so
met
you
on some
already
bullshit.
just seen her like, I've already messed with this person, so I can't do that because of that situation.
According to you, you can do whatever you want.
You can do whatever you want, but
sky's the limit.
That's the line. That's the line.
Yeah.
A strong stance against this.
I know. I feel certain ways about certain shit.
I will
Yeah.
argue this down.
So if your man has a best friend, that's cut out.
No,
dates.
I'm not saying it's cut
No,
out.
I'm saying no dates, no on the phone. What if they're on the phone while you cooking? He can't
That's
talk to
cool.
his best friend? That's cool? That's what I'm
not that
saying.
far.
So what's the real
I'm not
issue
that
then?
far. I'm not that far, but
So what's the real issue?
what do you mean?
The
what's
thought of something going wrong.
The thought. So if that nigga was at work and he was chilling in his cubicle and he was like, you know what? I might bust that shit down. Nah, I ain't gonna do that. That nigga guilty. That's what you're saying. Because a thought passed in his head and he was like, you know, I would never do that. I just kind of thought it, threw it away, forgot about
that
it.
takes the friendship part away because a
How?
friendship is a friendship. A relationship is a relationship.
Right.
So you're not gonna fuck your friends. You're not gonna fuck him, right?
Go ahead, Liberation.
Bro, what? That is nothing to do
It's
with
platonic. It's strictly
Okay,
platonic.
wait. Have you
It's strictly
ever
platonic.
had sex or messed with somebody that you don't look at as in a relationship way now?
No.
Or in a relational way at all?
Nope.
Okay, then I have no words.
Yeah, me neither.
Because I will say I agree with you for the most part, but there are people who I have been intimate with that I could be just platonically friends with.
Yeah, but you were sexually attracted to them. You would fuck them over and over and over again because that's what you did. So therefore, you guys aren't real friends.
No.
Wait,
That's what you're asking me.
Wait,
No,
what?
what I'm saying. That's not what
So because you had sex with that person and you now are married and you tell your husband, oh yeah, we had sex, but we just friends. And the other way around, you're gonna be like, fuck no.
The whole point is we said we didn't have sex. That's the whole thing.
No, but she said, have you ever had sex with somebody that you didn't think that you can be in a relationship with?
Because she is saying,
But that got to be your friend though.
What?
So if you have sex with somebody that you think or that you don't want to be in a relationship, does that mean that has to be your friend?
No, but she's saying, have you ever?
Yeah,
and I said no.
I brought
me
in,
personally,
I brought in
haven't.
a whole nother.
Yeah, me personally, I have not.
Oh,
So,
But look, okay. So any ex that you have,
Yeah.
that you've had sex with, that you have a relationship with, you can't be their friend today.
No, we saying
I can't.
I know.
Okay.
I can't be their friend, but
listen,
But
so
you
you can
can't.
be platonically friends with them. Where if your current person right now didn't know you guys ever did anything, he could come around and come to the barbecues and it would be platonic.
But this is the line. I have respect for my spouse. That's the line. If I didn't have respect for my spouse and I want to fuck that man again, I'm gonna fuck him.
yeah.
So
It's not that the friendship is not possible. It's that there's the level of respect.
it's
that
the
you
level.
never
But
know.
that's why when he said, "Oh, if your man has a friend now, I have grown. I'm grown now." So I know that he has respect for me. So he's not gonna cross that line, whether he thought about it years ago or whatever. But my thing is, it's the black and white thing. Like,
Anything can happen.
Like you can't. So
scientifically,
you can't. Yeah. No, I that's why I agree with you.
yeah,
Because it's
so
biology.
scientifically, biologically, that's what we were put on this earth for. One person is attracted to the next person.
Yeah.
So whether it's the man that's drawing that line or the woman,
So it's the word friendship that you don't.
yeah,
agree with.
it's not a friendship.
Yeah. But other
So
people
my
are
best
just.
Between a man
friend ain't
and a
my
woman.
friend. My best friend ain't my friend.
But she's your
Because she's
friend.
cute.
She's your friend because you already messed with her friend. So there was that line that you're like, oh, I'm not going to do that because I have respect for the girl that I was with before.
She's still cute.
Okay, that's great.
My best friend is attractive too.
Yeah.
We never
That's great.
crossed that
It's
line.
nothing.
How
like
did y'all
that.
meet?
I think the point is that.
Through her brother is a close friend of mine.
Okay, so that's the respect line right there.
I guess, but
Yeah.
that's not to say that would ever, if I wasn't in a marriage, that wouldn't, you know what I mean? It could, something outside of that could still materialize, but it's never been like, oh, well, that's your sister, so I would never do that. It's just been like, we met like this. We always just been good ass friends, and we just good ass friends.
But
I think-
those are your line boundaries. What do you know what she been thinking about?
I don't read minds.
Exactly.
I
So you supposed to ask her?
No, but I did
getting
know.
Confused
Would
of where you
fuck
going with
if you
this?
It's just the
Hey, like,
scientific
I ain't never
part.
thought about hitting you, but what you been thinking? I mean, like, what are you supposed to do with
Nah,
that?
you can say that's your way of thinking is black and white on this.
Yes.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
respect
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody
Yeah.
different. I don't
Yeah.
mind it. I don't mind
Yeah,
it.
because
Because
you
I don't
can't
understand.
because you can't tell me that a man and a woman aren't put on this earth to be attracted to each other.
Yeah, of course they are. But
But there's a lot of men you're not
Wait, so-
attracted to,
so
right?
Nobody, is anybody agreeing with her on this?
Yes. I am.
yes.
Yes. So y'all,
To
y'all
an
men,
extent.
y'all men can't have.
No, to
No.
an extent.
That's what I'm talking
If
about.
I'm in a relationship with somebody and he has female friends before our relationship and they respect me and
Yes.
we can all hang out together and I fuck with you, that's fine. But you ain't about to make no new friends in our relationship.
That's
So
fair. That's
but
a
wait,
fair,
wait,
that's
I
a
have a
fair
question.
point.
So
That's
are you
different.
letting
We
him go
said
to
it from
dinner?
before.
No, you're not going on dates. You're not going to be alone with her. Hell no.
If they go
Y'all
out
been
to the
best
club,
friends
can he
for
spend the
12
night over there?
That's
no.
weird. No.
Bruh, spending the night
Why
a whole
not?
different
My
level.
girl did say that was a limit.
I'm calling you an Uber.
Why you can't spend the night if they
I'm just talking about as far as like, say like, hey, we gonna be with my friend, we catching lunch or whatever. I told you about it. We ain't spending the night's a whole different level. I'm just
Why?
talking
Y'all
about
platonic friends.
normal friend stuff. I don't even spend
Yeah.
I don't spend the night at my friend's house now.
But you did in the past.
I don't even really spend it at y'all house.
Bruh, that's okay. That's my point.
But
Derek, how many times I spend the night at your house, Derek?
Wait. I think
Never-
that's
okay.
But I think that's the biggest point is if there are certain things that can't happen because of the dynamic of the relationship, then how can we call it a friendship?
Exactly because of the thought.
Because
Not
a
I think
relationship
that
has
when you say
boundaries.
thought,
No,
they're
because
thinking-
he said, oh, I'm not spending the night because of the thought.
But I
That's why a woman would say you can't spend a night.
no, that's
Just
what he's
never-
saying that you would say.
Yeah, the thought of it.
Yeah,
my girl
but-
said the same thing though. You can't spend a night over there.
So if your girl had a man best friend,
Yeah, she does.
and
They
if
go to
she
eat
got
sometimes and all that.
and she got fucked up one night and she spent the night, you okay with that?
No, I don't agree with the spend the night part. I said that. I don't.
But
I'm
why
not
not?
cool with that.
What's the difference between going to eat and spending the night?
I'd rather come get you.
That's a big difference.
But what's the difference?
And mind you, this ain't
that's
an
a
attractive
big
man.
difference.
He's
Yeah.
an ugly dude. All the shit.
That's just like
Still
saying
just don't want to do it.
So if he was attractive, you would have a problem?
that's just like a
Spend
difference.
the night. Maybe.
Between you go on a date,
But you
right?
know
Say
why?
you go on a date with a
He
man. You
liked
gonna let
her
him spend the night at your
before. That's
house?
a whole nother
See, you
factor.
already know.
I've never liked
It's
my
just-
friend though.
You're
I've never
proving my
liked my
point.
friend. No, I'm not. I'm
Yeah,
actually
because
saying the
you
opposite.
already know that this man liked her. You know he has feelings for her.
My best friend never liked me. I never liked her.
Yeah, but you know that your girl.
Yeah,
Your
her
girl-
friend liked her, so I can talk shit about that. Oh, he actually wanted to fuck you, but it didn't work, so y'all became friends. Me and her never wanted to do that with each other.
I have a question.
We were naturally friends. That's different.
Would she be your best friend if she was ugly?
Hell
fat?
yeah, hell yeah.
And
She's a real
do
person.
you think that you would be her best friend if you were ugly and fat, or just like?
Yeah,
bleh?
just on how we met and how we talked, the conversation. She
And you
gonna
think
go
that
off
you
of
guys would have even met or talked or had conversation to begin with if you guys were either ugly or?
Her friend was cute. I don't know if I would have got her friend and introduced me to her, but yeah. I met her friend, and then we ended up becoming best friends for like 10
So if you
12
would have
years.
met her just off the rip, would you try to get her?
No,
Why?
no. Just by talking to her, I don't like how she talks. And, when you learn
Right,
somebody.
but take all that out. If you seen her at the bar,
If she's cute.
but you said
That's
she
what
was
I'm saying.
cute.
Yeah, I'm saying. If, you're
Yeah.
saying if she's cute. If anybody's cute, you're going to think about sexual shit. But you said if a man doesn't act on it, it doesn't
Then
matter.
okay, but that's why I said I'm okay with my man having a best friend because that's where the line is drawn.
But then it's
in
limits.
Yeah, it is limits.
Yeah.
But I'm
Besides
saying
being
boundaries.
But I'm saying biologically,
Supposed to
if
be
you want to
boundaries.
talk about a friendship, that's not really a friendship if somebody is thinking other than the friendship.
We're not. So we're still friends.
You can't, but you don't know what she's thinking. You ain't never thought that.
She don't know what I'm thinking, but she know I ain't
but
never try to
think-
get at her, and she
but
ain't never try to get at
That's
me.
the point she's trying to make is we don't know. So yeah, like Alex said,
But
I'm
I
always
know
supposed to read
for
their mind.
sure.
No, but
But
it's
the-
a possibility that this is a thought because
The
I'm a
same thing
good-looking
is you
person.
don't know who your man's thinking about fucking.
But okay, but
There's thoughts
I
he has
know
about other people. He's not
you-
gonna tell you.
you know with your, but they not his friends, and I ain't got to worry about them. I don't give a fuck.
How you know you ain't got to worry about him?
I mean, that's a whole different.
Then we talking. Then he a
But-
cheater.
yeah,
What the
But you see, but I'm just saying, as far as if you don't know what people thinking, that could go any which
Yeah,
way
right.
It
direction.
can,
That's
but
the
you are
point,
telling me
though.
that this woman is your best friend, so she's gonna be around.
The point
So
is
that's
we
a-
don't
that's
know.
Bigger,
That's
a
the
bigger
point.
risk.
I mean, I guess, but I mean, that's why it all comes down to communication. If I'm telling you things, this is my friend, she's gonna be around, and I'm making sure you're secure.
But
Yeah,
that's
that
why
is-
I'm telling
that
you.
is where I trust my man.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So you can have a best friend if you want to, but
Yeah.
we gonna be real familiar with each other.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
so
the
it's all about
boundaries.
communication.
Yeah, but-
We're gonna be
That's
real
what I'm trying to
familiar.
say.
But
If he
my
puts
whole-
if he's not trying to hide it, he puts it out in front like this is who she is. I want you to meet. I want you to know each other. I'm gonna communicate
Yeah.
for our type of relationship and make you a part of it. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm with you, so
Yeah.
it's my friend too.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's cool. But I'm
All right,
just
all right,
saying
all right, bet,
the
bet.
dynamics, like the black and white part, it's not technically a friendship because 100% you don't know that she's ever thought of you in a different way, but you know for sure that Derek ain't ever thought you in a different way, right? Because he's not gay.
Okay.
So that's a friendship.
So,
So what do I call her now, since she's not my best friend?
You can call it what you want to.
No,
I
but
guess
what would you call it?
you can
since
call
it
her
ain't a
something.
friend
She's
no
an
more?
associate.
Something you can hit.
An associate who was here before my girl. That's an
Hey,
associate.
a possible
You know
body.
that don't even sound right.
She's a
T.
possible
Come
You
on.
want to call her sis?
So all three of your
Sis.
girlfriends, your wife, your girlfriends, and your wife, they let you guys have female friends. They don't care.
Sorta.
So
Okay.
do all your
Yeah.
ladies know that you're here? You guys are here doing on a all women podcast,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they wasn't tripping because they don't even know us. I mean,
No.
maybe.
Well, I mean, I've been calling y'all the
I'm
ratchets.
about
She
to
know
say,
y'all the
maybe she
ratchets.
does.
I mean, I'm just
But
saying.
also,
If we gonna keep it 100.
She's been here before.
I don't
so-
think my
but I've
wife
never
would
met your
trip
wife.
because she knows how I protect us.
Yeah.
So she knows that I'm not gonna say nothing that's gonna put her in a certain light, nothing that's gonna put us in a certain light. So with that being the understanding that we have is whenever we leave in the house, we represent
I'm about to
the
say you
house
represent each other when
and
you're
each
outside
other.
of each other.
It's just that's just what it is. Regardless of where I am or what I'm doing, that's just what it is.
I agree. And that's good.
Yeah, and I think the whole friendship, just to round that up, it's just about boundaries.
Yeah, it's about
Because
boundaries,
we can sit here and talk about the terminology all day. Like we don't call it friends because we know that somewhere down the line we're attracted to each other. But I mean, we're gonna call them a friend at the
Right.
end of the day.
But wouldn't you say your relationship with or your friendships with each other is about boundaries too?
Yeah.
Because if it's certain dudes that be on certain stuff, I'm not gonna be a friend with them.
Yeah.
So
No,
everything is about boundaries.
Yeah, but I think the difference is with the boundaries you have with your opposite sex friends is on like a relational sexual way, which is why your partner or spouse would have reservations because you may have boundaries with your guy friends, but your girlfriend doesn't think you're going out and thinking about fucking them. So that there's just different boundaries. But yes, there are boundaries in every relationship.
What if you went to Deer Valley and you're running trains together?
So I'm not even gonna specify that.
Well, that was
that
was the last topic we had for you guys. But if you guys have any questions or want to clear up or ask me anything or ask them anything to clear up anything, you can get it out now.
Y'all got anything?
Nah, I speak in black and white.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Guys.
And comment. Love you.
Bye.